finals on Friday and then a final on Saturday. So I should be able to cover Friday's contest, and then Saturday we'll see. That's going to be a little bit of a game time decision. But hopefully I can get to that. So we'll get through a quarterfinal and semifinal for sure. So let's get your USA depth chart for the World Junior Championship here. So on the first line, it's Landon Slager with Thomas Bordlow, the U of M product, and Carter Mays. Remember, he came out of U of D. The University of Denver won the college national championship. So on the first line defense is going to be Luke Hughes and Brock Faber, the captain of the United States. And then Matt Nyes, Logan Cooley, and Matt Coronado, the Calgary Flames product that has had one hell of a tournament so far. He scored a lot of goals. And on that second line defense is going to be Wyatt Kaiser and Jacob Truscott. It's Brett Berard, Dominic James, and Mackie Samoskevich on the third line. Again, another Michigan product, and Samoskevich was at a pretty good tournament as well. Tyler Clevin and Jack Pert will be on the third line defense. It's Sasha Pashchev, Red Savage, and Riley Duran on the fourth line for Team USA with Caden Mbarico in net. Again, his parents are formerly from Zimbabwe. He started out as a forward. He didn't like it. He fell in love with the goalie pads and everything else all told. So Caden Mbarico has been pretty good. Again, the United States really hasn't had to have too much of a press against them, with the exception of the final preliminary game just a couple of days ago against Sweden. They had a 3-0 lead, and then they had to hold on in the final moments as it went down to 3-2, and the United States finished it off to go undefeated in the preliminaries. Well, let me give you the starting lineups for Czechia. So if you remember Czechia, I know it sounds a little bit different between Czech Republic and Slovakia, which used to be Czechoslovakia. They've now split. I know it's been a while ago, but I just throw it to you like that. So you have the Slovaks are on a separate team as well. They're no longer in the tournament as they've been eliminated. So the first line for there, and forgive me for any mispronunciations, but Yuri Kulich, I believe he is a Buffalo Sabres product, a first-round pick as well. Mikhail Gut and Jan Mysick. Mysick is also a first-round pick, I believe, for an NHL team. And then the defense, this is Yuri Terechek and David Urich. And Urich is a product of the Columbus Blue Jackets. I believe he was the 12th pick in the first round. So you have a couple Columbus Blue Jackets on the defensive line as we go forward. Second line forward is Gabriel Sturch with Ivan and Adam Machura. Your second line defense sounds like this: Stanislav Svozil. He is the other Columbus Blue Jacket product with Urich. And then David Spacek. Third line sounds like this: Jakub Kos with Matthias Menshik and Martin Rasavi. And then it's Thomas Hamura and Elias Czech on the third line defense. Tomas Urbane, Matthias Sperliv, and Peter Hauser on the fourth line checking line for Team Czechia. And Jan Bednar, the Red Wings goaltender in the first round, he should be the starter here for Czechia unless I see something different. So really, we're just getting underway here, as I've just given you the projected forward lines. The puck has not been dropped yet, as they're still showing some of the players in the locker room. So I would imagine about the next, 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be getting the puck drop here. So I can give you a little bit of stats as we go along for anyone else that goes in there and checks in between Colorcast and YouTube. I really appreciate it. Again, I'm not expecting a huge audience. We're going to be doing a quarterfinal game today with USA and Czechia, and then the semifinal on Friday. So assuming everything else goes according to plan, because Canada had already won their game, and I'll pull this up here right now as we can get into it.
From 1953 to 1987, veterans and civilians were potentially exposed to toxic chemicals in the drinking water at Camp Lejeune. Exposure to these chemicals increases the risk for cancer and other health problems. If you or a loved one were diagnosed with a serious illness after being exposed to contaminated water at Camp Lejeune, you may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law now at 1-800-835-6402. That's 1-800.
So load up flashscore.ca, because that should have all the stuff here from today. So Canada just won their previous matchup against Switzerland. They eliminated Switzerland. They won 6-3. And then the other two quarterfinals today, Finland knocked off Germany 5-2, and Sweden beat Latvia 2-1. I was watching a little bit of that Latvia game earlier today, And man, that came down to a wire. And then Sweden had a 5-minute major power play to work with, and they weren't able to do much damage on it. They did get a goal late in the third period to hold off Latvia, but Sweden has not played particularly well. And then from what I've heard in this Czechia game, for Czechia so far, they are 1-3 in the prelims, and they had to be able to get the win just to be able to get into this quarterfinal part of it. But as people would expect, Canada defeated Switzerland and Finland knocked off Germany. So the Friday first quarter final will be Canada and Finland. I'm not sure what time that's going to be. I think there's a 2 o'clock game and a 6 o'clock game, Eastern Standard Time. And I believe Canada might have the first one of the day against Finland. And then if the United States, they finish this one off against Czechia, they will be playing against Sweden. So as we're getting into the start of this game here, it's Thomas Semanchek for Czechia in goal and Hayden Empirico for the United States as we're getting underway. So you're looking at the head coaches right now, Adam Holick, and on the U.S. side, it's going to be Nate Lehman. So for the United States, they've done pretty well in this tournament right now. They have not lost a game. They are 4-0. And on the other side, in the prelims here for Czechia, they are 1-2-1, one win, one overtime loss, and 2 losses as we're going to get set to get under puck drop here. So I'm glad you can join me for this. Again, this is going to be a little bit more of a lax coverage as far, because I have a lot of preparation as far as the players in there that I've kind of put forward to you. But some of the play-by-play, I'm still going to be doing all of that. I'm not going to have all the players' names for Czechia, always getting all the numbers and everything on the ice, as the United States have it in the offensive zone now. Luke Hughes holding off the backhand. He tries to launch it out in front. This gets blocked toward the right faceoff dot, and Czechia tries to get their first offensive possession, trying to hold off the backhand and stolen as Team USA has it right now. Hughes with an outlet pass to Thomas Bordeleau. So it's the former Michigan products as we get an offside call with 19:26 in the first period. So it's Misak, Supalev, and Kulich in the first line with Urban, Guten, Sturridge, Kos, Mensik, and Rasavi, Ventura, Ivan, and Hauser right now. So they've kind of moved the lines around here for Team Czechia. The fourth line is starting on the first line, probably to get a little bit of that last change, because even though all of these games are being played at Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Team Czechia is the home team for this game. So a little bit of gamesmanship to get your checking line on the first part of it. So again, if I don't list all the names for Czechia as they have the puck, I apologize. And a little bit for that is Team USA. Just trying to get a little bit of practice in here. But again, we will have a semifinal on Friday for Team USA, assuming that they get past Czechia here. They will be playing Sweden, and then a final will be on Saturday. And hopefully I can get to that as well, because that is presumed to be Canada and the United States. So U.S. has it now. And now they're trying to bring this up on the defensive side as it's peeled back, and Hauser has to pull back. Now toward the blue line, they're going to throw this close to Imbirico, and now toward the blue line again as the United States is just trying to get set up here with 18:30 remaining. We are still scoreless. Not a shot on goal yet, as this is the fourth and final quarterfinal of the day between the United States and Czechia. Nice pass out in front off the backhand. And that shot went wide there as Sam Askevich just missed it. Now picked up toward the right side blue line. This got bounced out in front, and this was stopped there by the Czechian goaltender and picked up now by the United States near the left faceoff circles. They'll try to rattle this one around the kick play. Open now, pulling off the backhand side, and it was shot wide by Savage, and he's going to go ahead and take a change as this one gets dumped down. Czechia won't be able to get off the ice because of the icing. And that was a good first pressure there by the United States. But it's 17:55 left to go in a scoreless first. Again, John on here with you on the play-by-play, as I imagine I'm going to be by myself within these next couple of games. But again, this is good practice to be able to get and be able to watch a little bit in this World Junior stuff, to be honest with you. Get a chance to look at some of these other games. And hopefully, if everything holds as planned as far as USA and Canada on Sunday, again, they have a couple games in front of that, to get a chance to see what Connor Bedard would look like, and he is supposed to be the #1 pick in the NHL draft upcoming in 2023. Nice stick handling there by the United States, but it fell right to Juracek, and he's going to hold on here. So it's going to be another offensive zone draw here. Bedard tried to find Samoskevich to Dominic James off that previous one, and he just couldn't get the handle on the stick. And then the next play was just a dump down that was picked up by the United States. They did lose the draw, though, as Urich, the Columbus Blue Jackets product, the first round, that's 12th pick. This goes down to Empirico, and he plays it with the stick. And now the United States looking to break out here. Hughes off the backhand, holding L2 off that back skate. Bordeleau lost it. Picked up now by Czechia. They're having a difficult time trying to get this out of their own end as this goes in across the red line. Picked up by the red, white, and blue now. Samoskevich will spin. He's going to throw this back to the defensive side. Nice block there by Juracek. And this gets picked up by Team Czechia as they rattle this around the red line. Team USA will collect. As Captain Faber now gets it there from Luke Hughes. He sets this in across the blue line, and Juracek will come back out to play this one as this is kept in by Bordeleau. So good offensive pressure there to hold that blue line, but then the puck was played up and out of play. So we're going to get a neutral zone draw with 16:45 left to go in the first. So for anyone that's checking this out, or for anyone that's hearing this, if you're getting any of this stuff live on the YouTube side, you can follow along on TSN if you're on the Canadian side of it, or if you happen to have NHL Network or Fubo TV, you can check out this game as well. Again, this is the final quarterfinal of the night as we had 4 games. So Latvia almost upset Sweden if it wasn't just for the 5-minute major and then a late goal there by Sweden to be able to finish it off. That would have been a monumental upset on that side. The United States has the puck now and across the red line, and this is picked up now by Czechia. Again, between Czech Republic splitting in between Czechia and Slovakia, you just have the Czechs right now on this squad. Otherwise, it would be a little bit more firepower here for the Czechs. But as it stands right now, the United States still need to be on their P's and Q's because as this is a quarterfinal matchup, anything can happen. The United States lose this game. Czechia, lose this game, they're out. The prelims are done. So it's win or go home at this point. You have a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and a final. And the semifinals will start Friday, and the finals will be on Saturday. That's about 6:30 Eastern. Shot gets stopped there by Empirico, but it's not held in the United States. We'll have to clear this out of their own end. Czechia has been throwing some massive body blows here. So the United States have been just ready for all that stuff right now, or at least you'd think they hope so. This has been a very physical game. Shot out in front gets blocked. Pick up now by Team USA near the left faceoff dot. And now try to get saved toward the blue line as this rattles around the kick play toward the right dot. Hughes with a shot, and this gets moved by Miracek with the left stick. And picked up now by the red, white, and blue. Hughes with Mackie Samoskevich. Samoskevich has it now. Pass out in front. One-timer goes wired high and off the glass, but it's still live as this goes back to Luke Hughes. Hughes now, you got to watch number 43 with the puck here. He can be quite dangerous as he's out there with his U of M teammate Thomas Bordeleau. It was a 2-on-3 here for Czechia, but the puck was played off of a skate and then inadvertently offsides as we get our stoppage here, it looks like, or maybe just an offside. It's been a very physical game as Hamamura goes in there early in this first period. The United States have been eating some big-time hits there, and the Misak got double-teamed there on the Czechia side by a couple of United States forwards. So this has been a game where you've had to keep your head up so far as the play is back underway. About 14:35 left to go in the first period. Again, John out here with you. I'm from Rogers Place in Edmonton here, normally where the Oilers play. This is the host site for the IIHF WJC, the World Junior Championships. This is quarterfinal game number 4 between the United States and Czechia. It's 5-1 on the shopping board. Big save there by Empirico with the left stick. He tries to play that one in front to Faber, and this one gets bounced, but it's not out. Czechia is still with it. Empirico is going to take no chances, and he will hold. Again, as we talked about with Empirico, his family members from Zimbabwe. So it's pretty interesting on that regard. Then he goes in and says hey, I want to start out as a forward, and then I didn't like that, then I want to go in and be a goaltender and put on the pads. So it's just an incredible story here for Caden and Birico, and one of those situations that they talked about in the opening on the NHL Network coverage, that if it wasn't January and this tournament had started, he would not be your starting goaltender. So the United States wins the draw as this goes in across the red line. Let's try to get saved across the blue there by Czechia. Good active stick checks there. United States have it as Bordalo. It's worked off the puck now. Czechia tries to rattle this around across the red line, and Caden Birico will come out of his net to play this for the United States as this bounce back across the red. And Czechia can take their forwards for a line change here as their defense, trying to get this set up now. They enter in the United States offensive zone. Long wrist shot, gloved and held by Baricos. Hauser and Trescott come together between Czechia and the United States, respectively. So it's now 3 shots on goal for the Czechs, 5 for the United States. It's an ice break at 13:36, and we get our first stoppage. When we come right back, we're going to see and continue the first period action and see who's going to be the first on the board.
And we'll repair or replace it for you. We have plans that cover air conditioning, most appliances, plus heating, plumbing, electrical systems, and much more. Plans start as low as $25 a month. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
Saved us thousands of dollars, and I know they have my back.
Last year alone, we saved our customers over $140 million. Don't wait until it's too late. You're stuck with a huge repair bill.
If you don't have First American warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-574-3914 or visit protectmybudget.com for a free no obligation quote. That's 1-800-574-3914.
Time to talk about the Hockey Intelligence. The Hockey Intelligence helps improve hockey sense for players, coaches, and officials. Visit USAHockeyintelligence.com today to learn how at-home cognitive training can help improve your hockey sense and complement your on-ice sessions.
Back under the action now is the United States. They win a defensive zone draw, about 13:25 left to go in this scoreless first period. And this is going to be held there by Malik. And now the United States and Czechia come together here. So let me look at this again. I just want to make sure I have Malik on the other side. I think it's a different type of spelling or another 4th level of goalie here that the Czechs have put in there, because they have Rozic. But when I go ahead and look, I'll go ahead and make sure that I get any clarifications here as far as the box score. But as it stands right now, they were saying that Jan Bednar is supposed to start and then Daniel Corral on the second line goaltender, but neither one of them are in right now. United States wins the draw, and this immediately gets gloved and held. So we're going to have another offensive zone draw here for Team USA as the shots have now hit 7-3 in favor of the Americans, but no goals just yet. So what they talked about on NHL Network before everything all started is Mirchek there has Carey Price there on his helmet, so it's pretty good goaltender in the model there. But they said Team Czechia, again, they're 1-2-1 in the prelims here, and they've not played their best hockey, but you would expect them to play much better. That's what I've heard a lot from a lot of these announcers here. So we will see if the United States get a little bit of a stern test, because, again, that game against Sweden that was 3-2, because Juracek is working over his man here for Czechia, and now they're trying to break out on a 3-on-3. Picked up now, long wrist shot, and this gets held by Birico. Cooley gives his man a little shove there as Jan Mrzik gets hit a little bit there as we get a stoppage. 12:57 left to go in the first. But they are mentioning that Czechia should be able to give it a little bit of a stern test, and even withstanding that 3-2 result where the United States had to hold on against Sweden, it is said that Czechia might be the sternest test right now. So we will see if that holds true. Right now, we are still scoreless with 12:50 left in the first. United States wins the defensive zone draw as this gets knocked back out. Bordalo will put this one in as this goes back in between the Czechian goaltender Mirchek. He tries to play this across to the red line and picked up now. Now Czechia is going to have to race back as the United States wins this battle near the left faceoff dot. Cross pass try to get shot into the traffic. A nice defense there by the Czechs as they knock this one away. Picked up now by the United States for the blue line as Hughes throws it out in front. This pinball's out toward the middle of the slot, and this is going to fall harmlessly back to Hughes as he puts this in. The former Michigan product. Again, you have a couple of those guys playing on the New Jersey Devils with the other one on Vancouver. It's a 3-on-1, trying to block the cross pass. The United States, nice save by Iberico out in front as Czechia had the first big opportunity of this game. Another shot goes wide. So this is a couple good chances. That one was from Tomas Urban, as that one went just wide up the second opportunity. But Iberico had to make a big-time save. First, it was a 1-on-3, it looked like. 2-on-3, I should say, that the United States had everything else covered. They were trying to block that cross pass, and the top shot for Urban just went up and over the left crossbar. So Iberico had to thank his best friend of the post. The United States wins another defensive zone draw as they try to create more pressure here. With 11:45 left to go in the first, it's a little bit of an auspicious start here for the Americans. Again, they are used to multiple 7-goal games as Trescott touches first for the icing. But that game against Sweden, as we said, that they had a 3-0 lead and had to hold on a 3-2 result. It kind of makes you wonder if they're feeling a little bit of the nerves. Again, I understand it's early in the first period, but I would be hard-pressed to tell you right now, with 11:42 left in the first, is really still underway in this game, that Czechia hasn't had the better of opportunities. Again, if the shot hits the post, it doesn't count as a shot. So picked up now. Samoskevich tries to get a piece of it, and now Czechia was able to collect it. We're taking a big hit on the other side on defense as this gets dumped down the ice again. Faber trying to leave this here for Hughes, and now the United States trying to break out here. Mikey Samoskevich holding off the toe drag. Nice save there by Miracek there off a nice wrist shot. He was open in the slot, and he got himself wide open. U.S. looking to circumvent this thing around the horn, and picked up now by Czechia. Now this is toward the right dot as a couple of series of Czechs there are working it over. And again, Czechs and Czechia, I'm sorry, too much of all of that stuff there, but it was getting worked over there where the United States intercepted across the red line. The United States will steal this here from the Czechs, and the red, white, and blue will try to get in the offensive zone. Bordeleau gets knocked off the puck here. Samoskevich will try to join, and this gets picked up now by Czechia as they're racing down an open left wing. It's a 3-on-2. It was shot right on, and Iberico makes the save, and it goes up and out of net. So it's 10 shots to 5 in favor of the United States. But again, Iberico has had to make a couple pretty good saves here for the United States. And Sammy Samoskevich in the previous move there, nice getting open in the middle of the slot, and a big save there by Miracek there. But 10:36 left to go in the first period of this quarterfinal matchup, scoreless right now. Czechia got it in behind the offense there of Iberico as this gets banked toward the left side D and then rattled around the kick plate. Czechia is still with us near the right face-off dot. Picked up now across the wall, and they're still going to win this race. They try to throw it out in front, and Iberico doesn't know where it is. It's still in behind the office right now. Czechia trying to shoot it through the screen. It's stopped there by Iberico with the right pad, and the United States just trying to get this one out right now as we've reached the halfway point of the first period, scoreless. Shots on goal favor the Americans 10-5. Picked up now by the United States. Long shot, and a second rebound goes up and wide on the glass. That one was stopped there by Miracek there, but on the other side, the second rebound would have been an open net, but the United States couldn't get to it. And now this is picked up as Kurlich gets knocked off the puck. The Buffalo Sabres product now gets turned over. Too much stick handling there by the United States. And Iberico will try to settle this one down around his office. Picked up now by the United States as they have to get through a big hip check on the middle of the ice. Now across the red line, this could be a break. Miracek goes out to play this one with a stick, and he just knocks it away from the United States offense there. That could have been a wide open break. That was a nice heads-up play there by the Czechian goaltender. And now Hughes will settle this one back down. And Trescott will go ahead and take his change. Mazer, the Red Wings product and the University of Denver winner, there for the college championship. Mazer got it now. Series of stick handles picked up now by Czechia. Intercepted around their own net. They're trying to put some work on Miracek there, and Harmona gets knocked off the puck. And this is picked up now by the United States. And across the blue line, picked up now. Mazer tries to go 1-on-4. He's trying to win the offensive zone battle. And the United States just trying to get some puck possession here. Again, the shots are 11-5, but Czechia has been pretty dangerous there on Iberico. Shot out in front, and this just goes wide of Miracek there as this gets spun around. Truscott try to get a shot on goal, and this one goes wide, and the United States will have to go back and chip and chase this thing. Picked up now on their own end. This Clevin, third line defense is out there right now for the United States. Fortuitous bounce, set out in front, scores! Really nothing Srnicek could do there, and the United States get on the board first. That was as fortuitous as could be near the left dot, and all of a sudden the United States just got a miracle rebound there. I believe Logan Cooley is going to get credit for this goal. So it was just a lively bounce off the inboards. Cooley was Johnny on the spot off the doorstep. This tried to get played by the goaltender. He didn't know where it was going to bounce, and honestly, off the dive, it went off of his stick, and Cooley was the only guy on the right side post that was even in the vicinity of the doorstep in between a United States player or a Czechian player. So the United States have outscored opponents 8-0 in the first period of this World Junior Tournament right now. And Logan Cooley has the first goal for the Americans. 7:45 left to go in the first period. Big shot gets stopped there by Iberico. So now it's 13-6 on the shot board in favor of the Americans. So they're outscoring opponents 8-0 in the first period, trying to make something happen again. Cross pass wasn't in time there for Mazer, or he just had a little bit of a miscommunication there. Hughes tried to brush it away. Miracek lost it, and this is picked up now by Berard, the third line defense here for the Americans. Picked up now by Hughes. Hughes with a series of moves off a 1-on-3, drops it back. Beautiful setup there as Dominic James had a shot at it, and Berard is trying to work over Gutner Bain there on the other side for Czechia as we get a little bit of a stoppage with 7:15 left to go in the first. Logan Cooley puts the United States out in front 1-0 as we get a stoppage. When we come right back, we're going to call the rest of this first period action in a moment.
What does the future of strength look like? It's a personal choice that assesses your strength as weight. It's dynamic weight that adjusts for you in real time for a more efficient workout. And it's a roster of coaches that motivates you to get stronger, faster. The future is strength you can feel and results you can see. And you can only experience it on Tunnel.
If you received a wage garnishment notice, bank levy notice, or need to file tax or current taxes, you need to call Tax Leaders of America. After calling Tax Leaders of America, they were able to negotiate my tax debt down to pennies on the dollar. Call today for a free consultation. Fans, you can get all of your official Team USA and USA Hockey apparel at shopusa.com. Jerseys, hoodies, t-shirts, novelties, and more are all available right now by visiting shopusahockey.com. So check it out. I love the jerseys tonight. The white jersey, reminiscent of that 1960 Squaw Valley gold medal Olympic win for Team USA.
So we get back here as Thomas Bordelot wins the draw, and Czechia tries to center this down the left side red line, and Caden Iberico will go back and play this one as the United States are now up 1-0, courtesy of Logan Cooley. Again, they've outscored opponents 8-0. Luke Hughes, series of moves, tries to shoot it near the left side post, and this goes back in behind the officer Mrazek. Another shot there for Bordelot, and this one gets blocked as Czechia will pick this one back up. and across the red line now, intercepted by the Americans, and they will dump this one down. Bordelow again on the first line here for the Americans with Hughes. So the Michigan products are looking pretty good here. And then you have Carter Mazer, the third line here for the Red Wings. And then Jan Bednar was supposed to start for Czechia. That would be another Red Wings product. So what a chance for Steve Yzerman in between Sweden with Simone Edvinsson and some of these other forwards in there. But defensively, Simone Edvinsson especially, to be able to get a lot of look during this tournament for some of these prospects. Again, this is a U20 tournament here. So all under 20 for all of these teams right now. In the United States, as it stands, they're looking to win back-to-back gold medals in this World Junior. And again, if everything will stand as it's going to be, and again, we have a long way to go in this game, but you would expect Canada to be able to finish off their job. And if the United States can win a couple games, one tonight and one on Friday, they're going to be playing Canada on Sunday if everything else holds as everyone is expecting. So Mackie Samoskevich lost it now. Bedard picks it up. Bedard trying to get toward the left side of the dot, and this goes back too far there for Brock Faber, and he's got to dump this one in. Picked up now by Czechia. Trying to get away from Miracek there. And be able to create some space. This is turned over here as the United States get a piece of it. Again, after this goal, they've been buzzing a little bit more. Again, Czechia, I thought, even though it's 13-7 on the shots on goal aspect of it, they've been pretty good in this game. So Keprin will get this in there deep for the United States. And Czechia just trying to get this out of their own end right now. As we go back in now, I'm going to look at some of these rosters. Picked up now by the United States in their own end, as they're going to be looking to break out. So Wyatt Kaiser is out there right now with Trescott. Try to get picked in now. Clevin will join. Czechia will try to get down, racing down the right wing. It's a 3-on-3. Big-time shot. Stopped there by Mbirko, but he gave up the rebound. This goes back for Czechia to be able to set up. The shot gets blocked there nicely by the red, white, and blue before it even hit Mbirko. Picked up now. This is Nyes on the second line. Nyes will play this one in for Matt Coronado. Coronado, again, the Calgary Flames product that's had one hell of a tournament so far. He's got 5 goals in the last 2 games. And when you're talking about losses in there between Gaudreau and Tkachuk, if really, again, Coronado can go in there and step in, again, you might not think it'd be this year, but you would like to be able to snipe whenever you can. Big-time shot there, stopped there by Miracek. And this is still picked up there by Samoskevich. Samoskevich, nice back check there as he tries to play this back there to Bordelow. And now this goes back to the United States as they can dump this in across the red line there with Kaiser. Kaiser tries to get this in deep. Played ahead beautifully there, but Czechia will just intercept before it hits the goaltender. And now they're going to try to break out across the red line, but it's a 1-on-2. And Mbirko needs to be on his P's and Q's. He's holding that right side post. He blocks it away with the big goal stick there. Now this is near the left side red line in the dot. Not taken out by the United States. Big shot off the wrist shot goes just wide of the right kick plate. Picked up now by Czechia. This could be a big time wrist shot here. And it goes wide just again. There was nobody in front and a big time for them to shoot, but he missed it all. And this is picked up now by the Czechian goaltender, and he's going to play this here for his defense as they're going to look to get some of these forwards have a change here. Carter Mazer also out there as well for the United States. It's 1-0 in favor of the Americans right now, as this is the last of the quarterfinal games to be played on this Wednesday night. Again, the semifinals, you're going to get a day off. It's going to start on Friday, so it's going to remain to be seen whether or not the United States have the late game or the early game. But the first semifinal is set. It's going to be Canada and Finland. So whoever wins this game between USA and Czechia will play Sweden on Friday for the second of the semifinals. Czechia, series of moves trying to get in the zone as Jurovic gets knocked off of it. Samoskevich trying to find it now for the United States. Samoskevich lost it. This is held near the blue line. Side goes in. Czechia scores off the slap shot. It ties the game at 1. So for all of the goodwill that the United States have done so far in this game, again, it's been a better of the middle half of the period, but the captain makes it 1-0 for the Czech Republic. And we're going to go ahead and mark that one in as we go along here. I'm going to get my updated box score and all of that stuff. So as we look on the Czechian side, I believe it was Jan Murzak with the goal. But I want to make sure. Again, he's got his hands in the air. But we do know right now it's 1-1 between the United States and Czechia. So this is the first time the United States have been scored on in this first period of action. They've outscored opponents through the first 5 games of the tournament so far, 8-0. But the United States are now at a 1-1 score line with 1:45 remaining in the first period. Again, John out here with you. I'm from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, the site of the IIHF World Junior Championships in 2022. So you want a fast track here between the United States and Sweden on Friday and Canada and Finland. Czechia has got something to say about it right now. So it is Jan Mysek, the captain, with his 4 from Chalik and Kulich. The Kulich is the Buffalo Sabres product as well. So this is going to be a big-time game right now and a big-time scoreline as it stands. What's going on, Patrick? So right now, if you catch this game, it's going to be on NHL Network. We're going to be ending the first period right now. So it really is only on NHL Network right now. So the United States, I'm just going to make note of this again as I just seen you check in, and I appreciate it, boss. The United States, they have to win this game. Right now, you're going into the quarterfinals. The preliminaries are done. So the United States would play Sweden on Friday if they win. Any of these teams lose at this point, this lights out. So Cooley got his shot attempt blocked. Czechia can't keep it in across the blue line. The United States trying to be on a hyena on hamburger meat right now, but it's a 3-on-2. Czechia with another wrist shot. And this gets stopped by the right pad of Mbiriko. You kind of wonder if the United States are just trying to survive this last 20 seconds right now. Big time slap shot. Another save there by Mbiriko off the backhand, off the second rebound. It's now 16-11 as far as the shots on goal. United States still can't get it out of their own end. Another wrist shot goes wide across the kick plate. Czechia now down to 5 seconds off the shot block. Czechia now in behind the office of Mbiriko. And that is going to end the first period. So Jan Mursak makes it 1-1 as Czechia ties this game. And as I said, this is one of those situations where everybody fully expected the United States and Canada to handle their business. And you want to look forward to Sunday if these two teams continue to do this on Friday, that they're going to play each other for Sunday. But right now it's a 1-1 scoreline and in the first between the United States and Czechia. So I will be right back as far as the play-by-play is concerned. I'm going to get the box score and everything else all situated. Anyone else that's following around on Colorcast and YouTube, we can hang out in the interim. But I'll be right back on the play-by-play when I see you in a moment. What's going on, man? How have you been doing?
If you're age 50 to 80, why worry? For as little as $1 a day, you can have peace of mind from the brand name you know and trust. Your rates will never increase, your benefits will never decrease, and your policy can never be canceled. It's just one simple phone call. Knowledgeable people are standing by to help.
So this is from...
Call now, 800-238-9377. That's 800-238-9377.
USA Hockey is teaching more than just a game. We're teaching kids about
Teamwork, confidence, fitness, fun.
because every kid deserves a chance to play, love, and excel. Visit USAHockey.com to learn more about the great youth hockey opportunities available for your child.
All right. Yeah, so really, Patrick, like I said, the only other place I know that this is on is NHL Network or TSN. I think you can stream it on Fubo, I believe. But really, I'm going to try to get today's game in its entirety with the coverage, and then Friday, assuming the United States wins this one. I don't know if I can cover the game on Saturday, which would be the final between USA and Canada. If it gets to that point, as they expect, hopefully I can. But I know it's been a while since I've been able to cover anything like that. Honestly, there's been a lot of stuff in between wedding or some family things like that. I've just not been able to get on to do a lot of stuff. And I know it's a little bit of the dead period. You have the NFL preseason, you have hockey coming in October, or basketball some point in that, but we'll see. I mean, I really didn't want to go through and do a lot of Tigers games. I think it would probably suck my will to live. But it's nice to be able to do this at least for the next couple of days.
The off-season is time for fun in the sun. The biggest gift we could ask for. So good. But be sure to carve out some time for NHL tonight.
It was a dream come true.
It's amazing. Here, you'll get the whole story live every weekday.
A lot of players on the move.
Plus insights from our gurus of the game.
I've never seen a ceiling. I'm fascinated.
Don't just read the headlines this summer. Get the whole picture.
I'm just trying to find
Tomorrow, 6 Eastern.
some of these box scores here, so when I do the coverage and do the story, I can try to get all this stuff to be a little bit accurate. That's kind of hard to even find some of this stuff right now.
Quarterfinal for Team USA knotted up against Czechia 1-1. Great to have you with us in our NHL studio. Bill Pito along with Mike Rupp. We're listening to EJ Radick and Dave Starman call the game here on NHL Network, and Dave had the point. Really good period for Team USA.
So right now for Czechia in their latest goal, I have it as Jan Mysick, Yuri Tricek on defense, and Yuri Kulich. Kulich is the Buffalo Sabres product in the top 10 point of it. Mysick is also a NHL product as well. I got some of this stuff in front of me here, so let me go ahead and see if I can find this, because I know that there is a couple of guys on Team Czechia. So Jan Mysick is a second-round pick of the Montreal Canadiens in 2020. Again, in this tournament, all these guys are under 20 years of age. So this is a good opportunity, and I'll put it to you like this as far as the local perspective and for myself. You have a couple guys like Simone Edvinsson on the Red Wings for Team Sweden, and then I also believe you have Wallander on that side, and then another forward as well. Jan Bednar was supposed to get the start in goal for Czechia. That would be another Red Wings goalie. He did not get this start today. In fact, they had a goaltender that I'm trying to see, and there he is, Thomas Suchanek. He got the start, and again, I don't believe he's even had a start in this tournament. It's been a lot of Jan Bednar. So I'm going to change this in my notes as well. For the United States, I know their roster is not as experienced as Canada, but there are a ton of NHL talent on the United States. And again, it's gotten a lot better across the years. So Thomas Bordeleau, again, the U of M product from the San Jose Sharks, 2020 in the second round. Matt Coronado, he was just drafted last year, the first-round pick of the Calgary Flames. He's had 5 goals in the last 2 games. Matt Nyes, Maple Leafs product in the second round. Carter Mazur, Red Wings product. Again, Mazur, if you're familiar with some of the stuff that was going on in college hockey at the University of Denver, they won the national championship, and Mazur was the third-round pick of the Red Wings in 2021. Mackie Samoskevich, I got a chance to see him at U of M. He was pretty good on the third line there for former coach Mel Pearson, but with all the COVID stuff that was going on and not relaying COVID and some of the other things that were going on at U of M, which is a no-no, Mel Pearson lost his job. So the Michigan Wolverines are still looking for a head coach, if you will, for the NHL product there, because again, Red Berenson is not going to be able to take that job anymore. You know, he left it there for Mel Pearson. So Red Savage, 2021 pick in the 4th round of the Wings as well. Let me look as far as there is a couple of high-profile defensemen here. So Luke Hughes, the Michigan product there of 2021 of the New Jersey Devils. Again, they always seem to get that draft lottery. Brock Faber, who was the captain of the United States. He's a second-round pick in 2020 of the Kings. And then Jack Pert, again, of the Minnesota Wild. So it says Pert and Faber of the Wild. So the Kings must have had a pick swap. So there is a lot of talent here, but the one spot that is not claimed for the United States, I know Caden Mbiriko is in that for this game, between Remington Copel and Andrew Oke and Caden Mbiriko, all of those guys are undrafted. So goaltending has not had to be a strong point for the United States because they've done so well as far as of the offensive possession and setting up on defense. When you have Luke Hughes like that, it also helps on defense as far as getting the job done. So as it stands, it's 1-1 at the end of one, and I will be back for the second period of the play-by-play. So anyone else that sticks around on the Colorcast or YouTube side of it, I appreciate it. If you want to leave comments and questions, let me know in the chat box below.
If you've received a wage garnishment notice, bank levy notice, or need to file back current taxes, you need to call Tax Leaders of America. After calling Tax Leaders of America, they were able to negotiate.
Okay, so the United States, it was Logan Cooley.
You're sitting there thinking about quitting? No, because today we are not afraid of growth.
To do hard things.
I want you to feel alive. You are a plate of fajitas at a packed restaurant turning heads. Sizzle, baby! Keep sizzling. Great things take time.
You are tougher. Peloton. Motivation that moves you.
Right. The World Junior semifinals are on. The competition has been fierce, and it'll only get more intense. To the gold medal game on the line. It all starts Friday, 4 Eastern, on NHL Network.
Bill Pito and Mike Ruff continue from the studio after one period of play between Team USA and Czechia. 1-1 after one. You see the stats. United States out. True to the opposition, 16-10. Logan Cooley scored for Team USA. Jan Mysak for Czechia. After the first period, our John Rosen talked to Team USA GM John Van Beesbrook.
John, thanks so much. When you're putting this team together with Nate Lehman, there's no Matty Beniers, there's going to be no Jake Sanderson, but what were you looking to build in this team, and how have you thought they fared so well throughout this tournament?
We've had a good tournament so far. We've been excited about our group. You know, as far as building the team in the summer, we knew we'd have a good defense core, and you know, you never knew what was going to happen with Matty signing and with some of the other players. I mean, it's the summertime, so you take what you can get. But we had a good camp. I think we got a real good team.
And when you're putting this team together and having the discussions over the summer with Nate, are you really trying to instill the program, or I should say, find guys that can fit systems, or are you trying to take advantage and use the skill sets that you have at your disposal?
Well, Nate has a standard that he's put into effect, a gold medal standard, and I think that you know, we looked at players that way, but we also look at getting the best available players, knowing their characteristics. But I think that we're playing to our identity. We play a fast game. We hunt pucks. So I think we have the right dynamic.
And a terrific culture. I mean, you look at the last decade, since 2010, 4 gold medals right now. What is it that this USA team was able to build over this past decade in becoming such a force in international junior hockey?
Well, I think we're trying to play to an identity. Each one of our teams wants to play fast, get after pucks, not sit back, and be good defenders. And but I think the biggest identity is trying to stay out of the penalty box, not get caught up in all the emotion of the tournament and trying to play, you know, too tough. But we want to be tough on the puck. We want to be diligent, determined, and relentless.
And one last question. This is a very big game here that this team is in tonight, but also 4 months away from the next tournament. When you're putting this team together with Rand Pecknold for the December tournament, again, can you give us a sense of where you're at? And
so they said the next United States tournament for a lot of these young kids, again, it depends on, from what I understand at least, because a lot of them are, it's all under 20. So if you're not claimed by an NHL team and you're not put into the prospect pool, so it'll be like Grand Rapids Griffins or some of the other teams like that that are all brought in part of the affiliates. If you're not getting that NHL time down there, you can also get some other tournament time. So it's a good opportunity for everyone else to look at some of the up and coming NHL talent. And again, when you see Luke Hughes out there as well, again, another New Jersey product, again, he's going to be playing with his brother while one of his other brothers is in Vancouver. You know this guy's going to be an NHL standout. The one thing I'm interested to see, as we're still in the middle of the intermission here, if everything else goes according to plan and the United States plays Canada on Sunday, again, I believe that game is going to be roughly around 6:30 Eastern. Connor Bedard is supposed to be the first pick in the NHL draft for 2023, next year. So Connor Bedard is in this tournament here for Canada. So if you get a chance to watch him on Sunday night, then you get a chance to maybe see what this number one pick can do. And a lot of the analysts are predicting that Connor Bedard is very similar to another Connor in this same space right now that it's being played in Rogers Place. And I'm talking about Connor McDavid. They're saying he's got that type of skill. So if this is the time, and it's unfortunate here for the Red Wings in this part, I just use the home advantage of it on this, that Yzerman doesn't have a team out there right now that's going to go get a number one pick. But from what I've heard and what they've talked about is this draft in 2023 is going to be very deep. But Connor Bedard of Team Canada right now is probably going to be the first pick. And again, I understand it's a little bit of a lottery, but when you think about the Arizona Coyotes and playing at Arizona State University in their new building, again, because the stuff in Tempe, Arizona is not done, you could be getting the number one pick, and he's playing in a college rink up until it's built in Tempe, Arizona, if it falls to the Arizona Coyotes. Again, I know that's predicting an entire season, but Arizona is one of those teams that's definitely going to be in the mix as far as their record, as well as the Philadelphia Flyers on that side between a Western team and an Eastern team, respectively. So the Connor Bedard watch will be on as early as Sunday.
Millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about comments any longer. Call now for your free product sample pack and over $45 in money-saving coupons. At IIHF, we're always in stock. We carry all brands and hundreds of styles and sizes. You'll be sure to get what you need, guaranteed.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog and $45 in money-saving coupons and free product samples, call 800-469-0250. That's 800-469-0250.
Cracked windshield? Don't wait. Go to SafeLight.com. You can schedule service in just a few clicks. It's so easy. More customers today are relying on their cars and safety features like automatic emergency braking and lane departure warning. That's why our recalibration service is state of the art. We recalibrate your vehicle's camera so you can still count on those safety features. All right, we're all finished. Thank you so much. Thank you. Don't wait. Schedule now.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
I purchased a house and was told that it was cleaned and it wasn't.
And right away, I knew there was a problem because it was leaking, and we had to get this open.
I went to Angie.
And I typed in the word here.
Cleaners Garage.
Interior painting,
I typed in Crown Molding.
exterior painting.
For whatever project you need, there's an option. I still walk in my house and I'm like, this is gorgeous. Got a home project? Get started at Angie.com today.
Relive the playoffs one series at a time. All the intensity, all the big goals, all of one series, all in a row. Series in a day, Mondays and Thursdays on NHL Network Daytime. is on the ice. And he left late in the first period and needed a collision, but he is
So they said Luke Hughes had left in the first period with a knee-to-knee collision, but he is back on the ice. Again, for the New Jersey Devils, I think you would be holding your breath a little bit, or if you're a U of M fan, you'd be holding your breath a little bit as far as the health of Luke Hughes. Because again, you have Luke Hughes, you got Jack Hughes, you got Quinn Hughes. The Hughes brothers are very, very good. So he would be joining his brother Jack. And if Quinn ever gets out of the Vancouver Canucks, and I doubt that Vancouver would want to let him go, you could eventually have all three brothers playing on the same team, and they could be very, very dynamic. So we're underway now as we're going to go start this second period. Again, if I should say so, it's been a little bit of an auspicious start here for the United States. And Barico almost turned it over there as the United States a little bit of a sloppy breakout in their own end. Carter Mazur, the University of Denver product, the former national champion of just a few months ago. He's on the ice. He was a third-round pick of the Red Wings as he lost it. Czechia now, but it's 2-on-3. Open on the left wing side, tried to shoot it to the right post of Mbirko, but it went high and whistled wide and went back to the Czechian defense. And across the red line now. Picked up now by Team Czechia again. It was a recent goal there by Murzak that made it 1-1. This is picked up now by United States off another fortuitous bounce. And this shot goes up and out of play. So let me give you the box score as I have it right now. So it was Logan Cooley for Matt Coronado and Matthew Nyes for Team USA as they scored first. And then the captain, Jan Mysick, for Mary Tricek and Yuri Kulich, the Buffalo Sabres product in the top 10, have rounded out the goal scoring. So Luke Hughes in the 5 games in the World Juniors, he's got a goal, 5 assists, and +7. As Czechia wins the draw, it's 18:55 left to go in the second period. John on here with you from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. It's the site of the World Juniors, the 2022 tournament. This is quarterfinal number 4 and the last of the day. So I'm glad you can join me here on this Wednesday night as we're going to be going into Thursday night. Another shot gets blocked out in front, and this one gets saved by Tomas Suchanek. So Suchanek and Mbirko are your goaltenders, respectively, for Czechia and Team USA. Suchanek, I don't believe, has had a start here in the World Juniors, and I didn't even see him listed from some of the stuff that I saw. So hopefully Suchanek, as far as Czechia, is not feeling the butterflies. And again, I really said this a couple times already throughout this broadcast, but I truly believe this. Czechia has played a hell of a game. And the United States are in the midst of a 1-1 game, and the scoreline is exactly what it says it is right now. I don't think one team is really dominating pace of play. This is anyone's contest as it's turned over, and Mbirko is going to have to play this one near the right face-off dot, almost picked up now by Czechia, but this goes back to Hughes. So that knee-on-knee collision, he looked pretty smooth out that backhand skate there as Thomas Borlow gets blasted on the other side. And that was Samoskevich. Samoskevich got worked over there on that side, and no call. So post-game coverage is going to follow here on NHL Network. And as far as me, the play-by-play and the game story will be uploaded at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. Again, I'm going to have a semifinal on Friday and hopefully get to a final on Saturday if that was standing. But at least today's game and then a Friday contest as well of the World Juniors. Just to try to get back into tip-top shape here. It's been a while since we're doing a little bit of play-by-play. I want a good chance to get back into it. This is iced by Team Czechia. So 17 shots to 10 in favor of the red, white, and blue here. 17:35 left to go in the second period of a 1-1 tie. So this game has had a little bit of everything, but from the very beginning of it, before the United States scored their first goal, the most momentary note that we can throw out there was Czechia has not been afraid to throw the body lay the lumber here. And the United States have had to survive a heavy game as this goes right out in front there for Suchanek, and he sticks it away, and this gets dumped down the ice, but it's not iced. And now the United States are going to try to break this one out, but it's a 3-on-3. Good series of moves there by the United States. Samoskevich tried to play it out in front of Suchanek, and now this is picked up by Czechia. Try to go 2-on-1. Gets worked over there as Brock Faber as he turns it over, but then he comes back and knocks it away with his right skate, as that could have been dangerous there for Czechia to get a big-time shot on Iberico. Now spot check. We'll go back on the second line defense there for Czechia as this goes in across the red line. Turns it over there, and now this goes back to Czechia and across the red line again. One of the forwards will jump out of the way, and this falls back to Faber, the captain of the United States on defense there for the first line there with Luke Hughes. Picked up now by Matt Coronado, but his pass was a little too hard. Taken across the blue line side of things and now dumped back in the United States own end. Faber now from Hughes. Hughes will rattle this around the kick plate of Semanachek. Picked up now by Juric, and now Team Czechia has it on defense as they're behind the cage of their goaltender. Lobbed way up in the air as this goes down the ice, and now they're going to try to fight this off and win a 2-on-1 battle as Czechia. Juric gets it now. He's got it as he gets it toward his blue line side. Fires it. This almost bounces off of Iberico. He didn't know where it was for a moment, and it was near the left faceoff dot. And Czechia, now Mikhail Gut, has the pressure here. Picked up now by Savinovic. Cooley being worked over as well, but this falls back to the United States with 15:35 left to go in the second. Cooley with a bomb, and this one gets stopped by Semanachek. Picked up now by Czechia. In their own end across the left side red line. As this gets dumped in across the blue. Czechia now, they've had some pressure here in the second period, but this one gets iced. So 18-10 is the shots on goal in favor of the United States. But this has been a game where I truly believe, like we've said, it could be anyone's game right now. The United States, they were outscoring teams in the first period of the tournament, 8-0. Czechia finally put an end to that, as now it's 9-1, but it's 1-1 in this game. And we will see who gets the all-important second goal to take a 2-1 lead here. So the United States lose the draw. Samoskevich can't get to it, and this gets dumped down the ice. Brock Faber holding off that L2 back skate. He will pass it down to an open left wing as Matt Coronado tries to find it there. Nice. Will join in. Coronado gets hit heavily. And on the other side, Faber trying to finish a check. As he tried to go all the way in there. Off the forecheck. Picked up now by Czechia. Long shot in. And Iberico held. And another late hit there by Minsik. And Faber comes in there. He didn't like it. And we will see what happens here on the other side as the camera cuts away. 14:55 left to go in the second period. John Otter with you from Rogers Place in Edmonton. It is the host site of the World Juniors Championship. Again, this is a contest that I'm bringing you that is the quarterfinals. So meaning, this is the last game on Wednesday night of game number 4. Anyone that loses in this quarterfinals, the preliminaries are done. Anyone that loses is out. So the United States, if they advance, they will play Sweden. Canada and Finland will play on Friday. So will remain to be seen. I think the United States have the late game at about 6:30, and Canada and Finland might start at 2. So picked up now, big time save by Iberico as he looked cool on that one. He shook his head a little bit. It was a toe drag inside there for Czechia off a chance there for Illich. And that was a great save there by Iberico. Right into the glove hand, snow coned it and all. And that was one of the better chances as they keep showing Luke Hughes on the other side, and they're showing his skating ability. And maybe that leg is bothering him a little bit as he has a little bit grimacing going back from the bench. NHL Network cameras of the IIHF product there that we're watching in the World Juniors have just circled around Hughes. So if he's not ready to go, in some of these other games, I know these guys are going to play through some pain as through the screen and Iberico makes the save. But if there is a problem with Hughes, again, you do carry an extra defenseman there, so U.S. can plug and play, and you might move one of the guys in a second line to a first line. But make no mistake about it, Hughes is one of those game breakers as far as being able to make some saves. As Stützle makes the shot, and Iberico makes the save. So Stützle is another product of the Columbus Blue Jackets. He's out there in the second line defense now, as the faceoff was lost there by the United States, but they're able to corral it in their own end. Faber, now Sammy Samoskevich, trying to find it. He collects it back. Logan Cooley now, series of moves. It was 1-on-4. He didn't have any help there, and he lost the puck, but the United States keep it in their own end. Nice series of toe drag. Shot right on. Samoskevich right in front. And a big save there by the Czechian goaltender as he just stonewalled the United States from taking a 2-1 lead. You mark that one down there for Suchanek there. Tomas Suchanek with the biggest save of the game right now, as it's kept it leveled at 1-1 with 13:40 left to go in the second period. John out here with you from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. I'm checking out this game on NHL Network and TSN for the Canadian viewers if you want to follow along. Blowing a tire there is one of the United States players, but again, they will dump this one down. But we're going to get a neutral zone draw with 13:32, and it looks to be a TV timeout at this point. 19-13 on the shots on goal in favor of the Americans, but Czechia not going away just yet, tied at 1. Come right back. We're going to call more of the second period action in a moment.
Get the first American home warranty plan. And when a covered item breaks, call it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. We have plans that cover air conditioning, most appliances, plus heating, plumbing, electrical systems, and much more. Plans start as low as $25 a month. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
Saved us thousands of dollars, and I know they have my back.
Last year alone, we saved our customers over $140 million. Don't wait until it's too late. You're stuck with a huge repair bill.
If you don't have First American warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-574-3914 or visit protectmybudget.com for a free no obligation quote. That's 1-800-574-3914.
Fans, the best women's hockey players in the world are coming to Seattle on Sunday, November 20th, when Team USA.
So Team USA and Team Canada ladies are going to be playing Sunday, November 20th at 4 p.m. at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. So if you want to get a chance to check that out, that'd be pretty cool as well. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind doing that. That'd be a lot of fun to be able to check that stuff out. I'd love to go to Climate Pledge, be able to check out one of those games out there with my with my buddy Cooper Hopkins. I know he's based out in California now. So back underway here. It's United States and Czechia. 13:15 left to go in this second period. And everyone has been talking about Czechia on the NHL Network side of it is going to be able to play one of their better games. They've not played well so far in the preliminaries. They're 1-2-1. United States are 4-0. But right now, watching this game and trying to relay some of this stuff here to you, it has been a lot closer than expected. So this Canada-Finland semifinal has already been punched there for the 2 p.m. Eastern start. I believe this one will be the latter game on Friday, but is it going to be Czechia and Sweden, or is it going to be USA and Sweden? Because right now, there isn't nothing in between the two to be able to figure that out. And again, as I said, I'm following along on NHL Network, TSN for the Canadian side of it. If you follow along on that side, they keep on showing Luke Hughes, the Michigan product. Again, he took a shot block off of a knee-on-knee collision as well, and he's just not moving around as good as they expect, and the camera's just been following him along left and right. Czechia trying to bounce this one off the United States and get into the offensive zone. This has been a game where it's been very heavy. Czechia has been able to lay the lumber. It's a 3-on-3. Czechia with the wrist shot scores! 2-1 lead for the Czechs. Hauser gives the Czechs the lead, and Iberico can't believe it. And the United States fans might have their mouths agape right now. Wow. So this is taking a turn, and they just panned. I'm not joking to you. They just panned on the other side of the United States and the bench there. and they looked a little disheveled there and a little bit concerned, but it was a good heavy check there by Czechia to put this one in, bounce it off the United States. It was a 1-on-3, a simple wrist shot near the right dot, bounced off both posts and in, and beats Iberico, and Hauser makes it 2-1 Team Czechia with 12:26 left to go in the second period. So I will refuse to say that I am stunned, because all I heard the entire day, because I followed a little bit of the Latvian Sweden game. That was game number 2, and then I was kind of checking in between Canada and their game before that. But the United States have never trailed at any point in this tournament, and they keep on panning back the Hughes, as I've said, between the knee on knee collision. Hauser with just a gorgeous shot there for Czechia, bounced off the left post and inside off the top bar and in. So what I was going to say is I refuse to say that I am shocked, because everyone I mentioned that Czechia is a good team and they're looking to play their best hockey. But this United States team, they've got to be able to figure something out here, because they've just kind of just looked a little disheveled. Drop pass, Czechia. This gets blocked before it hits Iberico. Picked up now. Hauser just scored. Tried to center it out in front. Czechia open in the slot now. It was knocked away. And now let's see if the United States can even try to get a breakout or something going. Sammy Samaskevich. And this one goes up and out of play. So I will get you your second period goal here for Czechia. Once we get our stoppage, I have some of the box score here from the TSN side of things, and I will load that one back up. But that was a hell of a shot there by Peter Hauser. He's usually on the fourth line, I believe, for Czechia. He was bumped to the first. And again, because Czechia is on the other side, they are actually the home team for this game. So that might be by design to be able to get last change to start out there with your physical line. But again, a hell of a shot like that, and you wouldn't really be able to tell. So United States wins an offensive zone draw. Faber gets absolutely destroyed near the left side red line. USA down a goal right now with 11:20 left to go in the second. It's 19-15 on the shot board. But again, that's just something that doesn't matter at this point. It's 2-1 on the big board in favor of the Czechs. Again, as Czechoslovakia has separated in the last few years, normally Czech Republic, it was the Slovaks and the Czechs normally being on one team, and now it's just the Czechs. So we don't even have as good of a team as they normally would have, and yet they're up 2-1 on the United States, and they're looking pretty good. I think they've played the better game so far, no doubt about it. Dumped in across the inboards. Czechia will take their time in behind their own net. Again, former couple Columbus Blue Jackets products there are on the Czechian side in the first and second round, respectively. So they do have some NHL talent, especially back on the blue line where it would count. And then Merzak, especially on the first round as well. So they do have some pretty good players on that other end. Intercepted there lazily, as Czechia will get this one down the ice of Iberico. They try to play it off the left pad, and the United States really just trying to just catch their breath. Again, I feel like I have to say it because that's what I feel like I'm seeing right now. So Hughes, I think the size is really kind of just bothering the United States. Just what Dave Starman is saying out there with EJ Radic on the NHL Network side. We officially hit the halfway point of the second period. John out here with you. It is a 2-1 lead here for Czechia in the World Junior quarterfinals in game number 4, the final one of the Wednesday night. And this is a big-time scoreline right now. And again, you're talking about misnomers and mismatches, and you would think Czechia would be at that point, but they're playing toe-for-toe with the United States as they enter offsides. Logan Cooley was offside there. 9:37 left in the second. We get a stoppage. Czechia up 2-1 on the United States. Come right back. We're going to call more of the second stanza in a moment.
It could easily be a point a game player on the top 20 wins now. Sunday, 6 Eastern on NHL Network.
So let me get what I know I have and what I know I saw. So this one was Peter Hauser. He has the go-ahead goal right now for Team Czechia, but I didn't see who got the secondary assist. I'm trying to follow on the TSN side of the box score. I don't believe ESPN would even have a box score. So, because this is just NHL. But we'll just, for giggles, throw that one on there. So, no, they don't have anything for that. So, once this gets updated on the TSN side, I will let you know. But I know Peter Hauser has the go-ahead goal for Czechia as it's 2-1. But I will get my updated box score as the game story follows along and probably in the intermission as well. So we're back underneath the action right now. 9:20 left to go in the second period. Again, if you can follow along on NHL Network or TSN, you can check this game number 4 quarterfinal. And Czechia is throwing a wrench in there and big. And this beats a miracle through the 5-hole. I thought he made the save, but he could not corral it. And now the United States is in a world of hurt. It is 3-1 Czechia. Wow, that was a routine save upon routine saves, and Iberico could not make it here. So again, when you think about last year's roster here for the United States, and that just bled right through Iberico. When you think about last year's roster, Spencer Knight was the goalie here, the Florida Panthers product, and a lot better than Iberico. Again, a nice story there from Zimbabwe and goal. I mean, I feel bad for him there, but that's one that's got to be saved. No doubt about that. So Czechia has a 3-1 lead, and I want to make sure here I'm going to put another note in the box score so when this goes up, I at least have the goal scorers there. So I know Hauser had the second. Czechia just took a 3-1 lead. And this is getting very tense and very scary if you're a fan of the United States. And simply put, they just have to be able to pick these 2 goals and put them behind them. I understand you're down 3-1, but you have the talent, you have the roster to be able to do that. If they can fight through some adversity and get within a goal here after 2 periods of play, they'd have to feel a little bit better about themselves, get in the locker room and recollect. But if you're going down in the second period, down 2 goals, this could be a whole different conversation. Because I kept hearing about monumental upsets if it was Latvia and Sweden, if Latvia pulled it off. Well, tell me what you see right now if Czechia is up 3-1 and they finish off the Americans here. I think that would be a monumental upset. Samoskevich lets it go through the screen, and that one goes wide. Trescott trying to keep this one. So Sokolov, Matthias Sokolov is the one that scored from Kulich and Hamara. So I'm going to make sure as we get a stoppage here that I get Sokolov in my box score. So down 2 goals are the United States. I'm just going to put this recorder down for a moment. So Hauser and Sokolov have the last 2 goals here for Team Czechia. We will get the secondary assists probably when I get toward the second intermission. I apologize. I know this stuff is going really fast. If I had all the other rosters and things in front of me, which I know I do, but if I was familiar with all the stuff on Czechia, it'd be a lot easier to put all that stuff in there. So I apologize. Couldn't get the information as we go. It's not as readily available as like an NHL contest. So United States now down 2, as we've said. It's 7:35 left to go. They almost turned it over in their own zone and behind Iberico. And I really believe they just got to catch their breath and figure this out. Maybe take their time on their breakouts and just be calculated and get down the ice. I know we said some of that stuff when I did the Stanley Cup final there with Cooper Hopkins and myself when it was the Colorado Avalanche, Tampa Bay Lightning. You notice Tampa take a long time on their breakouts. I think the United States right now in this World Juniors would be very well served to do so. Pass gets blocked out in front as they try to find Matthew Coronado, the Calgary Flames draft pick. as this gets knocked away from Coronado. Nice trying to find it as well. And this goes back to Uric as he gets this one down the ice. The Columbus Blue Jackets product, and the Czechians have iced it, so it's an all-important offensive zone draw here for the United States. 3-1. Team Czechia has the lead over the red, white, and blue. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, let me know in the comments board here on YouTube, or if you're following along on Colorcast on iPhone, you can do that as well, as I'll always be able to and willing to be chatting with you. So 6:50 left in the second stanza. United States wins the draw. See if they can make something happen here. Trescott. Pass was a little too far there. Faber couldn't get to it. Big hit on the other side, but it was two United States players that wiped themselves out. Another long wrist shot goes back in the end of Iberico as it bounced off the back end of the net. And Czechia just willing to get this one deep inside the United States defensive zone and play their physical game. And it's working for them right now as they've gotten even closer on the shot board, even though they have a 2-goal advantage, and that's what matters the most. It's now 19-17 on shots, and they're out shooting the United States in this second period. Nice bounce out in front. And Czechia still on the forecheck here. But the United States are able to intercept. It's 4-on-2. United States, Coronado tries to put one out in front, and Czechia will intercept. Now it's a fast break the other way. It's a 2-on-1. They didn't like the cross pass, though, and the shot went wide of Iberico of the left glove. Picked up now by Czechia. Nice outlet across the blue line to avoid a big-time hit there from the United States, but the United States was already near the inboards of the players, and they're going to go ahead and take a change as we've hit the 5:30 mark of the second period. Czechia will play this one as Semanich will get this one down. Czechia trying to get this out of their own end, and they do across the red line. United States, Kaiser. Wyatt Kaiser tried to push this one ahead, and this gets put down the ice. The Americans need really just get in the zone right now. They're not looking good as far as creating some offense. Ronaldo with a shot, and this is stopped by Suchanek. 5:04 left to go in the third, and that is the first shot on goal for the United States in roughly about 5 minutes of play. So we get a media stoppage. We'll come right back. 5:04 left in the second. We'll see if things will change.
Were potentially exposed to hazardous substances in the drinking water at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987. Toxic chemicals, unlined landfills, and storage tanks leaked into the soil and groundwater across Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune. Those who lived, worked, or spent time on the base drank, cooked with, bathed in, and were exposed to contaminated water. Exposure to these chemicals increases the risks for cancer, birth defects, and other health-related problems. In some areas, levels were 400 times what safety standards allow. If you or a loved one was diagnosed with cancer or other serious illness after being exposed to contaminated water at Camp Lejeune, you may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Lawn Health for a free legal consultation at 1-800-581-0131. 1-800-581-0131. That's 1-800-581-0131.
There's a look at Stephen Hipp, referee from Canada. You know, in youth hockey and all of youth sports, we are losing officials at an alarming rate, and the treatment of officials is a big reason why. So let's all join together, stop the hollering, the cursing at officials, so our sport can attract the officials needed to create the great environment we all desire for our game, because you can't play.
So I found the livesport.com box score here, so we'll see if they can give me some other things because the TSN part's not updating. So 4:45 left to go in this second period. It has been an interesting scoreline here, but I can say with certainty Team Czechia has been the better of the teams right now between the United States and Czechia itself. 3-1. The Czechs have the lead on the United States, although the United States have another period to go and about 4:25 and change. They need to change some of these things if they want to be able to get the result that they want, or they could be bowing out in the quarterfinals, and their dreams of back-to-back gold medals could come up woefully short. It doesn't matter what you do in the prelims here. I mean, Czechia is 1-2-1 in their prelims. And right now they are beating the United States 3-1. So nice. Gets worked over there in Coronado. And Cooley out there as well. Cooley has the lone goal of the United States. As the United States got on the board first, but it's been 3 unanswered goals by Czechia. And not a lot for Smonic to have to do on the other side. I know the shots on goal are 20-17, but Thomas Suchanek hasn't had to do too much. Berard on the third line side trying to skate in on his own, and he is way off sides. And USA looks very out of sorts. Can definitely say that. As we get a stoppage with 3:39 left in the first. Again, they're showing Hughes, and he got hit by a puck. He got hit in the knee. He had a knee-to-knee collision. They're showing some of the stuff that he's laboring, trying to skate a little bit. They have not stopped on NHL Network showing Luke Hughes over and over again as far as his ability. And again, I think it's very by design, because when you think about the United States' best player, you could talk about Coronado scoring a lot of goals, the Calgary Flames product, and that would be for certain. But Hughes, especially on defense, with the skating speed and that size and ability to be a game breaker, you just haven't seen much of that right now. So United States win the draw. They have it in the checking end, but they've got to be able to make something happen. You would think with 3 minutes and 20 seconds left, to be able to get another goal to get within 3-2 would be critical at this point. Samoskevich will get this one down near the left side red line as this gets bounced back down. So Czechia, from what I've seen within the last 5 minutes, is again they've iced it. They are not afraid right now to play this keep away. They have a 2-goal lead. It's 3:07 left to go in the second period, and they are going to make the United States be able to get in their own end. And it seems like they're not, I wouldn't necessarily say parking the bus, but they are making sure that they play a little defensive shell, a little blue line trap, if you will, a little 5 across to make sure that they can stop the United States from getting anything going. And the way that the United States can kind of turn that is winning some of these offensive zone draws. And lately, that's not been the case either, as Czechia takes another one. They've won 5 straight offensive zone draws. They dump this one down the ice again, but the icing is waved off. Czechia intercepts this thing near the red line, and this is picked up now by Seidel as he gets this one down. So now we have a call, I believe, and we'll see if this is going to go on Czechia. With 2:48 left to go in the second, that would be big if this goes back on Jan Mysek. He is the captain here for Czechia. I know the play was blown dead. I want to see what this is on, whether this is just an offsides or an icing here, but it looked like it might have been a penalty call. The U.S. wants the pucks and then went out of play. I don't think they're going to get that right now. But we do get a neutral zone draw. So 2:40 left to go in the second period. John Otter with it from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. The host site of the World Junior Championships. Czechia has got a 3-1 lead. Czechia now in the offensive zone of the Americans, off of a stick and off the skate blade, centered out toward the right faceoff dot. Now working in behind the office of Iberico. Iberico hasn't had a lot to do with in the last 5 minutes, but it seems like anytime a shot gets put on Iberico, some dangerous chances can kind of go the other way, and Czechia has been able to capitalize on them with 2 goals in the second period and 3 unanswered. Czechia now intercepts. It's a 3-on-2 long wrist shot. This one goes up and off the lively end boards. United States just trying to get something going. It's a 2-on-3. It's knocked away there, did Nyes. He lost it. Big hit on the other side by Hughes, but here comes Czechia off the backhand side, and this one's going to get blown dead. With a $1:46 left to go in the second period, this Coast is looking against 11 there from Cooley. But, man, this has been something. I will say that. Again, I refuse to say this is a shocking scoreline because, again, as I've talked about, all I've heard on the NHL Network side of it is that Czechia is going to play a much better game, and the United States better be ready to have that physical game, as Rasavi got punched in the mouth and was not called. But the United States better be ready for that physical contact in that contest. And they've not been able to answer the bell right now. United States wins the draw in the neutral zone. Here's a chance there. Carter Mazer tried to escape between three different players, and that got blocked away. So $1:30 left to go in this second stanza. John out here with you. It is a 3-1 lead for the Czechs right now. Again, no Czechoslovakia. Slovakia and the Czech Republic. Again, that would all be one team. No longer the case, as they've kind of just broke away from that. That's been several years, I know, but still, you would think about Slovakia and the Czech Republic being combined as one team and having a lot more NHL talent. And the United States still down 2 right now with a $1:22 left to go in the second. What are your thoughts? Let's go check, courtesy of Delta Games. Hey, man, I appreciate it. You got to be love what you're seeing right now. You love the physical game that you see right now and everything else. Again, even on the other side, again, you're getting it from someone that's from Michigan and in the Detroit area. I'm kind of following it for some of the prospects here for the Red Wings or some of these NHL teams like that. I am not surprised at what I'm seeing. This is a big physical team, and Czechia has played a wonderful game, and I give them full marks. They have it near the left side dot right now. Does Czechia. United States trying to get this out of their own zone. Good active stick check there by Czechia to knock it away. And this is a chance for Czechia again, as the goaltender wasn't really sharp there for the United States, as Mbirko couldn't find it. And now it's 45 seconds left to go in the second. Thomas Bordlow, Michigan product, gets it knocked away. Bordlow off the backhand. He's by himself. He's knocked down again, and I just don't see that United States support. Again, it's 3-on-3 the other way. Here comes Czechia. United States once again just trying to get this out of their own zone. And now they're looking to break out and across the red line. Instead, they will dump this one in. And Suchanek will take no chances as he holds with 21.8 seconds left to go in this second period. It's 20 shots to 18 in favor of the Americans, but that is very misleading. What's on the big board right now is a 3-1 lead for Czechia. And, man, they've been very, very good in this contest. There really isn't anything I can say that I haven't liked about their game right now. And especially when you think about some of their defensemen that are on there for the Columbus Blue Jackets, between the first and second line respectively, they've shut down the United States, and they've made them look pretty average. Czechia wins the draw again. The United States have been just dreadful in their own end on draws, but Czechia has probably iced it for the 9th time in this second period. But that's okay, really, because the United States can't win any draws, and they can't get anything going in the offensive end. Again, we still have another period of play, but I wonder if anything is going to change. So Luke Hughes, he's been battling a lot of the injuries as they've talked about throughout this game. Bodies are everywhere, and the United States can't find it. Again, Czechia is the first one to the puck as this one goes down across the back end of Mbirko, and that is going to end the second period. Czechia scores 3 unanswered and 2 in the second period. They have a 3-1 lead after 2. When we come back, let's call the third period of action. Hopefully you stick with me. If you have any comments in the comment board on YouTube Colorcast side, I welcome them. I'm going to try to get you an updated box score. And as always, hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. We're going to have the full coverage and play-by-play to follow once this game is done. Talk to you soon.
If you receive a wage garnishment notice, bank levy notice, or need to file tax with current taxes, you need to call.
So let's see if the TSN box have updated. It still says only end of first.
Call today for a free consultation.
And it still only says end of first.
I just needed more oxygen. I also want you to know when my time comes, you won't have to worry about the cost of my home going. What do you mean? I was able to get final expense insurance, so you'll have enough, even a little extra. I just called the Final Expense Network And they approved me right over the phone for $25,000.
Okay, so I do have the box here. Let me get this updated. So let me just make a note. I do have the box here. So it's Logan Cooley from Matt Coronado, Matt Nice. Again, that was at the 12:03 mark as the United States got on the board first. But then it's been all Czechia. And we're going to mark this in the box score right now. So let me just make sure that this is all correct. So it was Jan Majsek from Yuri Tricek and Yuri Kulich. So we're good on that side in the first period. So let me just make sure that this is set up here. So Peter Hauser had the first goal of the second period for Czechia, and this was from Ivan Ivan. Again, everybody's going to think that I double typed the name there, but that is what the name is. And let me make sure that this is correct. This could be David Urich, the Columbus Blue Jackets product, the top 10 pick. He had the secondary assist.
And you get over 10 times the national average on your savings. Don't do that. It's mobile banking at its best. Open an account.
Again, I apologize for any Czechian mispronunciations, but Peter Hauser from Ivan Ivan and David Urich. That was the second goal. And then Matthias Sapalev from Yuri Kulich again. So Kulich got another assist. He's got 2 points in this game. Kulich and Tomas Hamara, I believe. I think that's what I had there. So we had Tomas Hamara on the third line defense. So it was Sopalev from Kulich again with the second assist, and Tomas Hamara with the secondary assist on the second goal of the second period of Czechia. So they're talking about it on the NHL Network side of it. I know it's EJ Heretic and Dave Starman on the NHL Network side, but I agree with them. I think Czechia has just played a much better game than the United States have. They're big, they're physical, they're causing the United States problems. They're not allowing them to get set up in the offensive zone, and they're making life difficult. And when you do that, that's what allows you to be able to take the pace of play, really. Because, I mean, look, it's like 20-18 on the shots on goal. That's exactly what it is right now, 20-18 as I'm looking. It is, let me see here, it is 25-14 on face-offs, but I really find that hard to believe because it seems like anytime it's a defensive zone face-off here for Czechia, they've won that one. There has not been a penalty in this game at all.
Yeah, I saw him right here tracking it while you see him just keeping his eye on his glove, following the real way. I mean, that was a perfect example right there. Just look at the check it. They just fight through checks, using their speed, using their size, and this happens. So we're starting to get a little concerned here for Luke Hughes, though. It's a very unorthodox play for him coming back. He was labored. We'll get into that a little bit more later. You mentioned Sohad, the goalie for Czechia. Nice sequence for him here. You're going to see the other end here first. This is the goal. And my bad. No, it's all good. Peter Hauser. Hauser is about 50. Brings it right to the post, but as a player here, just you got to capitalize on.
So I'm just going to close this TSM box score because I got this on livesport.com. And it's just this does have the WJC scores. So if this result stands, Team Czechia and Team Sweden are going to be playing Friday, and I think if that's the case, I'm going to be covering that Canada-Finland game if the United States do not win. So either way, it doesn't matter if the United States don't win or not. I'm going to go ahead and probably, if I can do the game on Saturday, I'm going to do the game. So I will have a semifinal game on Friday and that's probably going to be Canada-Finland if this result continues to hold. I'll just be honest with you here, because again, I'm not going to say that I'm shocked, but this is one of those situations where one team is clearly outplaying the other. It's not one of those situations where one team is not on the top of their game. Czechia has just played a great game, and they deserve to have this lead right now. There's no doubt about it.
We showed everyone Luke Hughes, some type of lower body injury in the first period. He clearly has been laboring since. What have you seen from him specifically as he's gone forward since he suffered the injury?
Yeah, he's struggling with his stride. You can see it. You can see him grimacing on his face every time he comes off the ice. It seems like he's getting some maintenance, or just you see the trainer talking with him. It's just he has that explosive ability that we just really haven't seen. So, and there's times where you see him skate and his stride shortened. So I would have said after the first period when we saw that he left that if it's something,
going to get a quick water break here. We'll be right back.
Maybe just sit him. But at this rate, it's 3-1. I mean, there's nothing to sit him for, right?
You got to figure he can't make it worse, or else they wouldn't allow it.
Right. But you also have to understand, you got to try to make that decision on the fly. Can he hurt our team right now? You know what I mean? There's been a couple plays that just don't look very much like him, like this one. Like he normally would open up, pivot, open up and play it differently. It's almost like you're just kind of giving him access to the zone or to space, and that's not his game.
He was a 4th overall pick, number 4 overall, picked by the Devils in the 2021 draft, and in the tournament coming into this game, 1 goal and 5 assists. He's been electric. He's clearly not 100%. All right, so Team USA got a lot of work to do. Down 3-1 after 2 periods of play. Winner of this game will take on Sweden in the semis. We'll continue from our studio after this.
Does shopping for bladder control products have you feeling like you need someone to be on the lookout for you? Now you have your privacy back. We're HDIF, and we home deliver bladder control products directly to you. We're always on the lookout for you. You get free shipping in plain, unmarked boxes. So your private matters, stay private. We understand how you feel. For over 35 years, we've delivered bladder control products to millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about incontinence any longer. Call now for your free product sample pack and over $45 in money-saving coupons. At HDIS, we're always in stock. We carry all brands in hundreds of styles and sizes. You'll be sure to get what you need, guaranteed.
For your free sample pack with your free catalog and $45 in money-saving coupons and free product samples, call 800-469-0250. That's 800-469-0250.
Broken air conditioner? That could be a $4,400 bill you weren't expecting. Fridge on the fritz? Ah, that should cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. We have plans that cover air conditioning, most appliances, plus heating, plumbing, electrical systems, and much more. Plans start as low as $25 a month. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
Saved us thousands of dollars.
And I know they have my back.
Last year alone, we saved our customers over $140 million. Don't wait until it's too late. You're stuck with a huge repair bill.
If you don't have First American warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-574-3914 or visit protectmybudget.com for a free no obligation quote. That's 1-800-574-3914.
We continue in the studio after 2 periods of play. Spot in the semifinals of the World Junior Championship on the line. And Team Czechia scores both goals in the second period, leads the United States 3-1 after 2 periods of play. John Rosen now after the period with Team USA's Landon Slager.
Landon, Team USA facing adversity. What do you and your teammates have to do to be able to get your identity and soul back in this game?
Yeah, I think you said it, identity. We need to get back to that and play our game. I don't like where our efforts at right now. I think we need to elevate. They're a proud team. They're playing their game. We got to find a way to elevate.
Looking systematically as well, trying to get that speed that you guys have shown so well through the neutral zone. What is Czech doing well so far in this game, and what are you guys looking to do to counter?
Yeah, they're definitely frustrating us in the neutral zone. We got to find a way to solve that and get some more pucks on that. So it's going to be a big third for us. We got to find some stuff in that locker room and really go to work.
Also, the life on the bench. What are guys saying? How are you guys trying to pick each other up?
Yeah, it starts with a block shot or a hit. I think we need to get a few more of those and get that energy going up on the bench.
Good luck. We'll see you in a little bit.
Appreciate it.
Schlager got taken in the third round by the Blackhawks in the 2020 draft, 5 points. And John Rosen mentioned coming into this game. What's Team USA might have to do in the neutral zone? They're having a really hard time getting.
Just a little bit of intermission here, but I will be right back.
It's been an area that Team Czechia is really kind of tightened up, and they made it where Team USA is not coming through there very cleanly, not with speed. So I feel like you got to start flooding the ice a little bit more, getting closer support. A lot of these plays so far that we saw in that second period were Team USA players kind of out on an island, and with the size and some of the D, I guess, size that they have for Team Czech, they were able to shut these plays down. You got to go and support. It's not one-on-one all over the ice. You got to support a little bit more. So that's something. But hey, here's the thing: they haven't tested and they haven't gotten enough rubber on net for Team USA. Good quality shots. I mean, you're going to have to find a way to get there. I mean, you could argue without that bounce on that fluky goal. I mean, Suhanik, he has a shot. You know what I mean? And so you got to find a way to make tough. Life tough on him. So
Dump and chase, would that help?
I think right now you activate your D, you get him involved. I mean, we don't know how much Luke Hughes is going to be able to get involved, but all your D men, you got to get them involved a little bit more because you're just simply not generating enough right now for Team USA.
Now, again, Team USA has been dominant in this tournament so far, averaging 46.5 shots per game. They only had 4 shots in that second period. Is it just they just can't? I mean, get through the zone to get an opportunity. I mean, it's not surprising that they're down. I think that the way that they're down is somewhat surprising.
The first period, Team USA advanced zones very cleanly. Got out of their zone clean. They got into Czechia's zone cleanly. That was flipped on its head in period 2. Period 2, it was the roles reversed. Czechs were doing that to Team USA. And so now it's about, what were the things that we did early on in this game? I mean, you got to get a higher level of energy. There just simply wasn't there for Team USA in period 2.
All right. Czechia outshot Team USA in the second period 8-4, scored both of the period's goals. United States down 3-1 facing elimination. We'll have the third period for you with E.J. Raddick and Dave Starman and Mike and I'll see you after the game right here as we continue on NHL Network. Stay with us.
And this has been a game that has a lot of intrigue into it, because we're just getting ready for the third period now. But again, a lot of intrigue because the physical size of Czechia, the way that they have played the game, the way that they've kind of dominated the entire space for possession and not allowed the Americans to be able to set up. And then when they've gotten some chances, and Birico, I think it's been said throughout this tournament that, while it's a great story again from his parents that are from Zimbabwe, again, he was a former forward that wanted to try to play goaltender, he's really liked it and all that stuff. It's been a good story, but anytime it seems like Birico is tested for the Americans here, he doesn't really pass that test. But at the same time, I don't really think it's fair to me to say that it's all on him. I think the United States has played pretty woefully, but I think a lot of that has to do more with the way Czechia has played. They've been able to use their physicality and just dominate the United States and stop them from getting anything going. And that's why the scoreline is what it is, where it's sitting at 3-1 Czechia after 2 periods. We're just about a couple minutes away from starting the third period. Again, I'm going to have full coverage to follow when this game is over. I may not have as long of a story as I usually do, but I do plan on, again, story for this game and then covering a semifinal on Friday. And again, if this result holds, I'm probably going to be doing Canada-Finland, and I believe that's a 2 o'clock game on Friday, so I'll have an early assignment. And if I cannot do the final, then we'll figure that out. But at least I'll have this game tonight and then the first semifinal on Friday, which should be Canada-Finland. Because if this result holds, the United States will have been eliminated in the first round, and their hopes for back-to-back golds will go by the wayside. And if Czechia can continue to play this way, considering Latvia almost gave Sweden a scare, I would think Czechia could beat Sweden if they continue to play like this.
We can come to you and replace your windshield. Wow, thank you. Don't wait. Schedule now.
I know people have jumped in and out. I really appreciate anyone that's following along. I'm not really expecting much, but anyone that is following along, you can see on NHL Network or TSN if you're on that side of the border. But I got the play-by-play for you from the game story to follow.
Welcome back to Edmonton. We're getting ready for period number 3. Team USA, Team Czechia. The Czechs with a 3-1 lead. There's Luke Hughes, and he's hanging in there, trying to play through injury. Picked up his knee. It looked like late in the first period. Has been trying to play through it, Dave, but he does not look anywhere near the player that we know and who was drafted 4th overall by the New Jersey Devils a couple of years back.
I always trust the coaching staff to have the best pulse of their team and the players on the bench and always defer to them. I'm not one of those guys who thinks they know more than the coaches do. But at some point, if it becomes apparent that he cannot...
So I think I just saw on the NHL Network side, before we're just getting back to start the third period here, that the semifinal one is going to start at 4 Eastern. So I think that's going to be the one that I'm going to do, especially if this scoreline holds.
And certainly must be frustrating for him.
So we're getting close to officially starting the third period here. And again, they keep showing Luke Hughes, and I mentioned this a lot throughout the broadcast, but he's just not ready. You're not really feeling like he's up to what he usually is. He's been battling through some type of injuries in this game, whether it be blocking pucks or taking a knee on knee. And we'll see if the United States can actually come out and put their foot on the gas. They have to right now. They're down 3-1 as they just got their 21st shot on goal. 3-1 to Czechia. And again, as we are in the quarterfinals, whoever wins this game is going to take on Sweden. But as we're in the quarterfinals, it's either win or go home right now. I know Rogers Place right now, where the Edmonton Oilers play, is the host side of this IIHF World Junior quarterfinal. And this is game 4. This has been an entire great day of hockey if you followed along on the NHL Network. Again, I caught a little bit of the second game between Latvia and Sweden, and that was a little bit of a scare. And this one is a scare right now, and this could be a full-scale upset for a lot of people. But again, from what I'm trying to relay to you, this feels like a game that has been really dominated by the Czechs because they've just not allowed the United States to do what they usually do, which is wheel and deal in the offensive zone. That time, space, and size that they've brought is get a bit of a struggle street here to the Americans. So Mbirko, he makes the save as the shot then goes wide. And now the United States just trying to get in the offensive zone. Logan Cooley is the one goal scorer, and a big time hit on the other side delivered by Czechia as one of the United States players face down. They wanted a penalty call, and now it's 3-on-2. Czechia nicely in the middle of the slot lets the wrist shot go, but it gets blocked there by the red, white, and blue before it even hit Mbirko. 18:35 left to go in the third period. John on here with you for this quarterfinal game of the World Junior Championship here. Czechia looking to do the impossible here for some people, but again, from all the stuff I heard on the NHL Network, they were saying Czechia could be a real threat to the Americans and possibly the best team that they've played so far. So you forget about that 1-2-1 record in the preliminaries as Suchanek makes the save and brushes it aside. You throw all that out the window right now because it's win or go home, and this is essentially the playoff side to see who's even going to medal. The United States had won this tournament last year. Again, Spencer Knight was in goal. It's a lot different with Caden Mbirko now, but playing this way, I mean, you're just not going to be able to win much. So, Levin lets it go, and that one gets turned aside by Suchanek. Picked up now Levin through the screen. And that gets blocked by Czechia. Czechia trying to get it out as they backhand and loft this one down the ice. And the icing gets waved off. As this is picked up now by the Americans, who are trying to break out of their own zone. 17:20 left to go in the third. It's a 1-on-3 skate. Again, I've seen a lot of that of the United States. Not really pressuring and supporting each other. It's a lot of individualized play at one end. and it makes it a lot easier to defend. It's not just me trying to sound like a smartass, but it's one of those things that I've seen right now for the United States. They've just not looked comfortable getting zone entries as we get a stoppage. And it looks like we might have a penalty. This is going to be Berard on the third line here for the United States, and we'll see what he is guilty of as the refs are huddling together. So let's take a look. So Berard just delivered a blatant elbow to the face of Juracek, the Columbus Blue Jackets product. And the way that this is done, from what I've heard in the tournament, is if you issue a 5, you can then downgrade it to a 2. If you issue a 2, you cannot upgrade it to a 5. And it's a 5-minute major right now. And again, they're trying to decide whether or not Bedard is going to be guilty of a 5. But that is the way that I've known it to be, especially throughout this tournament. If you want to be able to downgrade something, you can issue it at 5 minutes and then go to 2. You can't go from 2 to 5, as the Zebras are reviewing this elbow here. So no doubt in my mind that Brett Berard is going to go to the penalty box, as he totally fed an egregious elbow there to let me make sure to David Urich, the Columbus Blue Jackets product. And that is a slew foot elbow there, no doubt about it. It was a little bit of a trip, a little bit of an elbow. I really think that's at least going to be a 2. And if they rule that to be a 5, I don't think that would hurt my heart, to be honest with you. And this is an American speaking to you from Michigan. So I really don't see how, if you don't call it a 5, or if it's not a 5, I'd be surprised. So what are the Zebras going to call? We're going to find out here in a moment. Slew footing. So Berard is done. That is a 5-minute major against the United States. And if you want to talk about the Titanic starting to sink right now, that is something. That is just an egregious penalty there by Berard. There's no other way to say it. And you can't be happy about that. So now one of the United States players has to go serve this penalty. I think that's going to be Pashtiov. He's going to serve it there. So Berard with a slew foot there. It's a trip and an elbow on Urich, and that's inadvertent there. And I really don't know how else you call that one. I think that's fair. I know some of these ones, I know Gord Stellick has said on the TSN side, some of these penalties have been a little nuts, but I think that was completely fair. So now we'll see what the United States can do, but they have to kill a 5-minute major, and they have to do it while they're down 2 goals. So this is just something. So Berard for slew footing at the 2:41 mark. And again, I'll have to make sure I look up what slew footing actually is when I go ahead and do the story. It looks like an inadvertent trip and an elbow there. So Czechia with a 5-minute major power play. They've got it in the United States defensive zone now. Czechia taking their time. And again, as we've said throughout this second period, before we got into the third, they've been able to dump this one down. And even if they've diced it, they've got some defensive zone draws. Now they can really take their time. And maybe if I'm the United States, will I even get to a point where you pressure and try to get something on a breakaway or try to do something? Because it just seems like nothing has worked. So now the tournament penalty kill is 2 of 11 here. Only scored on twice, so 9 of 11, I should say, for the United States. But this is the most important now. Birico lost it. Picked up now by checking. Is the United States getting another penalty? Is the question. Is the stick got knocked out of the hand? And if that's the case, then my goodness, things are really getting out of hand. So Team Czechia has got a penalty for cross-checking. So Spolzel, the second-round pick there for the Columbus Blue Jackets, is going to go to the box. So this is going to make a 4-on-4 situation for 2 minutes. And again, I would think this has to help the United States only in the simple fact that there's less people on the ice. They've had a hard enough time trying to get anything going on a 5-on-5. So we'll see what happens there. But I don't even know if Spolzel was the guilty party, to be honest with you. So U.S. on a 4-on-4 now. The 5-minute major, once this 4-on-4 is done, is still going to continue here for Czechia to be able to get something going on the power play, but they just took a penalty to put the United States on a 4-on-4 for 1:40, or unless a goal is scored. So Czechia has got it in their own end right now, but they're up 3-1 with 15:30 left to go in the third period. They are racing left to right across your radio dial in the red and white, and the USA is right to left in the red, white, and blue. Czechia still in their own defensive end. The United States have looked pretty lackadaisical as far as to pressure as this goes down the ice, and it's another icing. Czechia has done this a lot. I would say this is up to about 15 times now, but the United States have not been able to pressure anything on that side of it. As it's 15-14 left to go in the third. John out here with you from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, the site of the World Junior Championships. This is quarterfinal number 4, and this could be the biggest upset of them all, according to a lot of you. Offensive zone draw finally won by the Americans, and we'll see if Faber can get something going. Shot from Bordlow gets blocked. This falls back to Faber. Now Hughes. Faber played that a little lackadaisically. This goes back around off the forechecking side. Try to get picked up by Nyes. Bordlow's pass goes all the way down the ice, and Iberico will have to come out of his net to play it as this goes back to Faber. Faber now trying to race down an open right wing. Still got it. Holding L2 off the back skate. Faber still with it. Leaving it to his forward now. For Bordlow, the U of M product. Gets this one across to Hughes as the U of M products play catch. Now, this is a chance for Coronado. Lets it go. Big save there by Samachek. And this one gets picked up by the Czechians. Intercepted now. The United States have it. Here's a chance for Bordlow. Bordlow off the backhand. Power drive to the net. But the Czechians sweep that one away and put it down the ice. They're going to ice it. But it's 7 seconds remaining on the 4-on-4 here. And the Czechians still enjoying a 3-1 lead over the Americans with 14:09 left to go in this third period. Carter Mazur with a series of moves. And that shot hit the goaltender right in the bottom of the mask. That was a good lace shot there by Mazur, but an even better save by Suchanek. So U.S. win another draw, but the Czechians fall on this now. It's intercepted again, but now the Czechians pick it back up in their own end. So the 4-on-4 expires, and the 5-minute major power play that the Czechians are enjoying is down to 1:30. And there's not been going excuse me. There's not been anything going on for the Czechians as far as their power play, but they really haven't looked too concerned about scoring since taking a 3-1 lead in the second period. Czechia has scored 3 straight goals, and they lead the United States 3-1. Again, this is win or go home. And right now, the United States are almost half a period now, at the point where they're going to be getting ready to go home. Iberico makes the save. He plays it to one of his defensemen there. Bordlow can't find it. Nyes trying to get a piece of it. Hughes will put this one down the ice. This bounces off Suchanek, now picked up by Czechia in their own end. The United States leads the shot board 23-20 on shots on goal, but the goal board has the Czechians up 3-1 with 12:50 left to go in the third period. Czechia racing on an open left wing. Razik now has it, the captain of Czechia. Centers it out in front, but the play is going to get blown dead. That looked pretty dangerous there for Studic. And now face-off's going to be outside the neutral zone. And we're going to get a media stoppage. 12:45 left to go in the third. Czechia got a 3-1 lead. Come right back.
Veterans, their families, and civilian workers were potentially exposed to hazardous substances in the drinking water at Camp Lejeune from 1953 to 1987. Toxic chemicals from unlined landfills and storage tanks.
So what do you guys say? Anyone that's following along? I understand maybe some of you. Again, I only speak English. I don't know if anyone's going across the world because it's awesome. Let's go check in the comments section, and I appreciate any comments that we see. What do you make of the game so far?
And other health-related problems. In some areas,
And if the scoreline holds, what do you make of the game against Sweden upcoming? Because I think there'd be a lot to talk about there for fans of Czechia right now. They are really enjoying the 3-1 lead. And this is just a game that's been completely one-sided. I will say that. I know the shots on goal don't dictate that at 23-21 in favor of the Americans, but they've just not been able to get anything going. And I don't think it's a situation, again, as I've said, this isn't one of those ones where I say the United States have just played a poor game and they're just getting dominated. I think Czechia has just been the better team. They've kind of dictated the pace of play. They've used their physicality, and when they've gotten their chances, they've capitalized on them. It's not been many, but Iberico has left some play to be desired, and that's just the way that it's been. So we'll get back into the official draw right now. 12:45 left to go in the third period. Drawn out here with you on the play-by-play call as Czechia wins the draw once again. And again, you look at livesport.com, trying to follow along on the box score and following along on NHL Network on the TV cast and color cast on the side if you're following along on the radio dial. One of those situations where it shows that the United States have the edge of faceoffs, but it really doesn't feel like it. Nice block there by the United States, and the Czechia 5-minute major power play has expired, so the United States, for their sake, have not given up a goal, but yes, they've just iced it. 12:11 left to go in the third. Shots on goal sound like this, 23-20 in favor of the Americans, but Czechia has a 3-1 advantage on USA. So I appreciate anyone that's kind of jumped in and out of YouTube. I've seen up to 6 and 7 people. Again, I know that doesn't sound like a lot to a lot of you, but hopefully this is getting a little bit of traction there. You guys are enjoying this so far. United States win the defensive zone draw. They really got to get something going here. It's Pastujov tries to get this one down the ice, but again, nothing doing. It's 3-on-1. Czechia with a long wrist shot, and they're going to test Iberico. He's going to make the save, but he really had to. And now the United States are getting more involved in fisticuffs rather than trying to put a goal in on the board right now, as it stands. At 11:55 left to go in the third period. So we know, as EJ Hradek said on the NHL Network side, that things can happen in a blink of an eye, but I have yet to see it. And I really don't see any point in this game right now that the United States can turn this around unless Czechia makes a categorical mistake. So another defensive zone draw win. United States having trouble getting out of their zone, though, and there just hasn't been any attention to detail as far as wings being open on the side that they're supposed to. It looks like a lot of 1-on-3, 1-on-4 type plays, a little bit of discombobulation. And again, you might see that in an under-20 tournament as this is, but one of these situations where you look at the score clock that's up there and you see 11 minutes and 20 seconds, and again, you're pretty almost at the halfway point. You've got to be able to press and make something happen. And again, that might put another goal in favor of Czechia, but I don't know what else the United States can do at this point. They've got to make something happen, cherry pick or do whatever. Try to get something going, because Logan Cooley has had the only goal right now for the U.S. So center ice battle right now. His bodies are everywhere. Picked up now. It's offsides. Cooley really upset there as it was blown dead. And the reason the play was blown dead is one of the United States players were down and holding on to the knee. This looks to be Logan Cooley that was banged up, and that's not a good sign for the United States. And on the other way, they wanted that play to continue because it looks like Nyes might have had a cross pass. So Svozil is going to go to the box, and the Zebras will huddle up again to make sure whether or not this is going to be a 5. And inadvertently, as I would expect, you're going to go ahead and put it that way, and then you can move it down. So Logan Cooley. So major penalties in review, as they expect to do. So I will say this, if the United States, so Cooley cross-checks Svozil, and that was not called. He put his face into the glass, and then Svozil comes back, and he gives him a knee on knee. He said, take this. You're not calling that cross check. I'm going to give you a knee on knee. And I really don't blame either one of them for the situation that it's in. I understand some people will say time and place in the game and things like that, but if you get cross-checked, there's going to be some reprimand. And Logan Cooley's still holding on to that knee. So a game misconduct for Czechia now, as Svolzel's out. So a game misconduct was already handed out for Bedard in the United States, and now Svolzel on the other side gets a game misconduct here for Czechia. So one of the Czechian players is going to have to serve there as Svolzel as they lose a defenseman. And now the United States, down 2 goals, gets a chance on a 5-minute major power play to do some damage. And again, I understand this is the most obvious thing I'm going to say during this broadcast, but I have to repeat it right now. The United States must score 1 on this 5-minute major power play as Svolzel gets called for kneeing. Hughes plays it back. Samoskevich. Hughes lets the bomb go. And this bounces out of the middle of the slot. Bordelot picks it up. Bordelot now with Hughes. Hughes holding. Bordelot with a slapper. It pinballs out toward the left dot and gets cleared down the ice. So, Iberico picks it up now for Hughes. And if Hughes is still feeling anything on that knee, he's going to have to take advantage of this 5-minute major and just brush it out. Hughes off the back skate. Leaves it now and sets it up Samoskevich. He lets it go, goes off the left bar and stays out. But the United States still have it. Mazur tries to shoot it short side, and Bordelot will pick it back up now. Bordelot gets it back, leaves it for Hughes. Hughes with a clapper. Mazur trying to get on it, and it gets cleared out by the Czechians. So the United States on the power play, they finally got something going right now. They look a little bit like an offense, and we'll see if this can continue. Picked up now by the United States. Mazur, series of moves, just trying to get in the zone. The United States need 2 goals. They got 3:40 left to go on the major power play. The kneeing for Svolzel. He's done with a game misconduct. Clapper gets blocked nicely by Czechia and then worked out on the left side red line. The United States just trying to find this puck right now. Czechia trying to hold on here. Again, if they give up 1, I think that would be okay at this point, but you really don't want to give up 2. The United States just trying to find something, and the door has been opened ever so slightly. Cooley gets the shot blocked that bounced back to him, and he settled it down. Lets it go. Does the United States toward the left side dot, and it gets cleared down the ice by Czechia once more. 8:55 left to go in the third period. The United States still have 2:55 left to go on this major power play. Can they score and get within 1? Hughes, Samoskevich with Bordelot. Bordelot now. He's down low. He wants it. Samoskevich gives it now to Hughes. Back to Samoskevich now. Bordelot plays crisscross. He lets it go through the screen. It's in! The United States have scored, and they still have time on this major power play. The refs have called this a goal. Carter Mazur gets the goal, and now it's 3-2, and the Americans have life. 8:29 left to go in the third period again. The work for the United States is not done yet, but Carter Mazur, the Red Wings draft pick from the 4th round, off of a mass of humanity, is bounced off of Suchanek, and then the rebound gets picked up by Mazur as he gets around Czech, almost slams his face into the top of the bar, but the United States make it a 3-2 game, and they really needed that one, but they need 1 more. 2:33 left to go on the major penalty, but the United States still down 3-2, but they're on a power play here for at least 2:20. U.S. Coronado, the Calgary Flames product, enters the zone, tries to cross pass it there, but it was easily read by Czechia, and now they can kill some time. Murzak puts the shot on, and Iberico makes the save. And now the United States can get their forwards to get their line changes. Their 5-minute major power play is now down to 2 minutes. And again, in a major, you can score as many times as you can handle. Turnover here. Czechia might have a break. And the shot goes just wide. Murzak thought he was hooked as he was kind of shuffling that glove. And Iberico will play this one as the United States dodged a literal bullet there. So Carter Mazer with his 5th of the World Juniors. So the Red Wings products got 5 from Slaggert and Bordelot. And now the power play is down to 1:30. Bordelot now. Slaggert. He's in the middle of the slot if this goes back to him. Bordelot. Samoskevich. They play catch. Mazer. Bordelot and Hughes. Hughes has it now, faking. Slap pass inside for Bordelot. Big save there by Sanacek as this gets put down the ice. And Iberico will hold. Hughes picks it up. A minute left to go in the USA power play. Czechs just trying to hold on here right now. The United States, I think, even with 50 seconds left to go in this power play, could get a couple more opportunities, but they've got to be clinical with it and kind of take their time when they get in the zone. Bordelot drops it back. Hughes, hold, Bordelot, bomb! And that one goes up and on a play. 39 seconds left to go in the USA major power play. They've got within 1 now. It's 3-2 Czechia, but it's 6:35 left to go in the third as we get a media stoppage. We're going to finish off the USA power play, and we're going to see who's going to advance to the semifinals when we return. Come right back.
That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. We have plans that cover air conditioning, most appliances, plus heating, plumbing, electrical systems, and much more. Plans start as low as $25 a month. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
Saved us thousands of dollars, and I know they have my back.
Last year alone, we saved our customers over $140 million. Don't wait until it's too late. You're stuck with a huge repair bill.
If you don't have First American warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-574-3914 or visit protectmybudget.com for a free no obligation quote. That's 1-800-574-3914.
The broadcast of this game is authorized by USA Hockey. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of any image, sound, account, or description of this game without
Again, I appreciate anyone that's following along on the Colorcast and YouTube side. We're getting pretty close to the end of this game here. The United States have gotten within 1, but Czechia is still enjoying a 3-2 lead. So USA still got 39 seconds left to go on the major penalty disposal for kneeing. And the U.S. got within 1. Bordelot wins the draws. This goes from Hughes to Samoskevich, not a Bordelot. Hughes has it now. Hughes through the screen. Try to get picked up by Samoskevich. Hughes now looking for Bordelot. Goes back to Hughes. Hughes. Bordelot has it now near the right dot as they crisscross. Bordelot. Hughes. Cooley now. Cooley holding. He's got it near the high slot. Lets it go to the screen. Big save there by Sanacek. As now it's down to 5 seconds left to go on the major penalty against Czechia. And they've given up 1, but they still have a 3-2 lead. So the United States got exactly what they needed just to get 1, but now they need 1 more before 5:45 left to go, or they're going to be eliminated. Their hopes for back-to-back golds could be gone as early as the quarterfinals because Czechia has played pretty damn well, to be honest with you. Big shot. It gets stopped there by Iberico as this goes back to Hughes. Hughes now in behind the cage on Iberico. We'll see what's on the United States' mind right now and when they pull the goalie. 5:20 left to go in the third period. John out here with you from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, the site of the WJCs, the World Junior Championships. Mazer gets knocked off the puck. This is picked up now by Czechia in their own end. You just want to make sure if you're Czechia, you don't make a key mistake here and put the United States on some kind of forecheck and allow them to get some opportunity off of a break. You need to be able to play clean here, but you also don't want to play a defensive shell. So it's a trying time right now, as this is a game that's firmly in the balance. And you have to imagine the United States need to press at some point when we get closer to the 3-minute mark. Right now, as it stands, it's 4:35 left to go in the third. Mazer lost it, picked up now by Truscott. Truscott's going to dump this in deep there for Sanacek. Sanacek will play this one off the high part of the wall. This gets across the red line, and Studenich will pick this up now for Czechia. As he gets this done, and Iberico will come out of the goal cage to play this one. Hughes leaves it now as there's a nice reversal. And now this goes back to Faber. Long pass now, breaking out for Cooley. He couldn't corral it. This bounces off the top of the stick there of the Americans in Faber. The captain will pick this one up, but the play is blown dead with 4:02 left to go in the third period. We'll see if we get another media timeout. I think that's what we're getting right now. 28-23 on the shot board. It's 3-2 in favor of Czechia. When we come back, we're going to finish this game off. Stay tuned.
We're HGIF, and we home deliver bladder control products directly to you. We're always on the lookout for you. You get free shipping in plain, unmarked boxes. So your private matters, stay private. We understand how you feel. For over 35 years, we've delivered bladder control products to millions of Americans, just like you. You don't have to worry about incontinence any longer. Call now for your free product sample pack.
And it's going to be gut check time, everybody. We got about just over 4 minutes left to go here. It's 3-2 Czechia lead. We'll see if the Americans, within a couple of minutes, probably pull their goalie, get something going on, or if Czechia is going to advance to play Team Sweden on Friday in the semifinal. Again, it's Canada-Finland. The only thing we have left in the second game, whether it's going to be Czechia or USA taking on Team Sweden. And again, Latvia almost gave Sweden a scare earlier in the second game of the quarterfinal.
Visit membership.usahockey.com to register today and make sure you're set for the season. That's membership.usahockey.com.
Defensive zone draw won there by the Americans as it's 3:50 left to go in the third period. USA needs a goal. Czechia has a 3-2 lead. USA getting this back as this goes in between Faber and Hughes. This one in between his legs. He throws this across to the defensive partner in Faber. Faber tries to get this to Coronado, but good active stick check there by Czechia to knock this deeper in the zone. And again, we've seen that a lot. Ever since Czechia took a 2-goal lead before that 5-minute major when the U.S. drew within 1, they've been content to ice this thing and keep it at a slow pace and stop the United States from getting any possession. The United States have had multiple 7-goal games. This has not ever looked like one of those, and this is definitely not one of those games. As we are down to 3 minutes left to go in the third period, it is a 3-2 scoreline in favor of Czechia. The United States must score to keep their tournament hopes alive. Samoskevich into the screen. Borlow trying to find it now. Samoskevich with the wrap. And this one gets stopped up by Sanacek. Mazer is down. Captain across the blue line. No penalties have been called. Just the 2 majors on that side of it. And now Czechia taking their time as they try to get this deep within the United States zone. Picked up now by Faber. Throws it across to Hughes. Hughes has it now. Double shifting right now for the Americans. As this gets dumped down the ice, Suchanek makes the save as it gets dumped all the way down. And now the United States will collect. Down to 2:10 left to go in this third period. Faber, drop pass there for Klein. He puts this one in deep for the Americans. Pastyov tries to keep it in deep. Americans holding off the backhand. Try to center it out in front of the middle of the slot. This goes wide of Suchanek. Picked up now by the Americans. The goalie is out for the Americans right now. An empty net. It's a 6-on-5. The Americans need to be able to get another goal here, or their dream will end in the quarterfinals just in the first round. They win the race for icing. It is $1:40 left in the third. The United States must score, or the journey will end. Even though they were 4-0 in the prelims, it doesn't matter. Those days are over right now, and those days were as early as Monday. And now, if you just lose one game, if you're United States, it's over. And if you're Team Czechia, you've only won one game. You've made it to the quarterfinals, and you have a chance to punch your ticket to the semifinals to take on Sweden. So now this is a timeout here for the Americans. 30 shots on goal to 23 in favor of the red, white, and blue. But Czechia is holding on to a 3-2 scoreline advantage with a $1:40 left to go in the third period. John out here with you on the play-by-play call from Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. This is quarterfinal number 4 of the World Juniors Championship. I'm glad you can join me here for tonight's game. I know this is getting into the Thursday night, but I will have a semifinal matchup here for you on Friday, and hopefully maybe I get a chance to cover Saturday finals game and have some fun with that. And if I get really lucky, maybe have Cooper Hopkins join me on one of those calls, but I imagine I'm going to be by myself on all of these. But it's fun to be able to interact with all of you guys. I appreciate anyone that's followed along. 1:40 left to go in this third period. USA needs a goal. Mazur barking out some directions here. You know, he wants to get in front of the net and score. He's been the United States' leading goal scorer right now. Defensive zone draw win here by the Americans, but it's turned over. This could be it. Czechia puts it in the empty net. 4-2. I think they're going to advance to play Sweden on Friday. And this is monumental now when you feel it. Fans of Czechia, everybody's celebrating on the players' bench with a $1:32 left to go in the contest. And boy, oh boy, I can say this here now as some of the fans that are there are fired up. But man, the Americans were shut down in this game. And I've said it many times throughout the broadcast, but it really does bear repeating. It's one of those situations where they just played a much better game than the United States. And you give them full marks. Yes, I understand there is another minute and change left to go in this contest. But for the United States to win a gold medal in 2021, again, I understand as Luke Hughes breaks the stick in frustration that there is no Spencer Knight in goal. It's Caden Iberico. But you have to play a better game. And I know Czechia has kind of kept the United States off their game, but it just goes without saying. They've played better. They've dominated every aspect of this game, and it is what it is. You're going to have to look in the mirror. Logan Cooley plays it to an open right face-off. Dodd tries to pass it across. Czechia just with all hands on deck and bodies right now, blocking out in front of Sechanik. Shot gets blocked. Extra pass across, wide open net, and Romano just missed a wide open net. Oh my goodness, that was as open as you like with a yawning cage. Could have got it within one, and he just put his head down and went back to the bench. You can't miss something like that. From Matt Granado, I can't believe he missed that one. 30 seconds left to go in the third. Coronado tries to throw it back out. Samaskevich tries to pick it up with Thomas Bordelot. United States need 2 goals, and they only got 20 seconds left to do it. Pass. Hughes. Blocked. Dumped down the ice. And this is going to go all the way down. It's going to be iced, but at this point, it doesn't matter. 12.7 left to go, and Matthew Coronado, the Calgary Flames product, he's had 5 goals in the last 2 games, and the biggest yawning cage of his career so far, he missed it all. Even if there was just a stick that just got in the way at the last moment, that is not an opportunity you would expect any of these guys to miss. I understand under 20 tournament, you'd be thinking about that one for a long time. Down to 5 seconds. Team Czechia, they're going to win this one. They're going to take on Team Sweden. It is all over. Czechia advances. They knock off Team USA. What a game this was. My goodness. It is a final and a 4-2 win as Team Czechia closes off the United States, there is a lot of hands and eyes just down and feeling that pressure right now. That was an incredible game by Czechia. They deserved all of the accolades, no doubt about it. I will be here for a semifinal matchup on Friday. I believe it's going to be the early game between Canada and Finland. That's the one I'm going to cover. And then I will try to get to the final game on Saturday. Yes, Peter, that was a great game by the Czechians. Absolutely wonderful contest. Again, guys, I appreciate anyone that's jumped in and enjoyed this. I know it's just a simple play-by-play, but guys, I appreciate it. Appreciate the interaction. I'm going to get the full game story and play-by-play uploaded. HopelessSportsGuy.wordpress.com. As always, guys, have a good one. We will talk to you soon. Peace.
They played their game, and now they look back.
All right, guys, I'm going to close out the YouTube side of it. I appreciate everyone that's checked along. I'm going to have, just heard that link that I have in the comments section, HopelessSportsGuy.wordpress.com, full story and play-by-play. I will be back with you Friday as we cover a semifinal contest. Have a good one, guys. Peace.